think everything probably works. Hopefully. Excuse me. Excuse me. Ooh, sorry about that. Oh, so much fell apart. Like 1 hour before stream. Oh boy. VTubing? Streaming in general? Held together by duct tape. I'm hardly even joking. The scuffing, exactly. Exactly. Excuse me. I'm only a little bit late to class. Listen. A little late. But hey. I can assign whatever I want for the Y'all really didn't hold back, did you? Y'all really didn't. You couldn't wait. Good evening. How are you doing? Whew. Glitch gets detention. Oh no. I get to sit at my desk longer doing art? Torturous. I could not handle that. What would I do with myself if I had to just sit and teak for many, many hours? I guess I'll give myself detention and find out. Excuse me. Hi, Blogbear, how's it going? Definitely have your homework done. Uh-huh. Hi, Gecko. I mean, you're gonna start a GoFundMe so we can. I have a perfectly fine computer that is working very, very well. Thank you very much. I'm not gonna add a GoFundMe for a new computer. I don't need one. Y'all don't need to give me that. That's a lot. I'll do that. Tell you what, let me just go through what just happened. Because a lot just happened. Oh, yes, I forgot to mention. Snack is going to be quiet. He's going to be a quiet observer today. Very well behaved. Not going to speak out of turn. Because I haven't relogged into BikuBot. I tried and it just wasn't working. It just wasn't feeling it. Sorry, Snack. Gonna be quiet today. No. Yeah. A couple things have, I had to re-log into everything, shut everything down, turn it back on, just to, like, make sure things were working. Because I couldn't, beforehand, I couldn't use Twitch chat properly, so I couldn't read it, and it was not loading properly. And that's kind of a big thing, especially when I'm having a class where y'all will probably have very good questions, and I need to read them to answer them. That was a big issue. I get too much bacon house. Asshole. Yeah, he's being punched. Not enrolled in this class, so I don't have homework. Boss. Nah, don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. If you're not feeling it, don't worry about it. It's all good. This is like this is the equivalent of an elective. So much to Alright. Impact, thank you for the hydrate. Let's start with that. You know, nice and easy. Raw sound. Test incoming? Oh, something a little kinder than a test is coming. I'll update y'all after I go through these, all of these, because it's a lot. Thank you. Ooh. Not important. Ooh. Can I give you kisses? How do you electives? Cool kids. Yeah, it's for the cool kids. Don't worry about it. Hi, Chowder. Back playing Elden Ring? Honestly, nice. Sorry, I just have something on my throat. I scarfed down a whole bowl of food. I still have a little bit left in my bowl, but that's a later honey meal. That's a later honey snack. Don't forget to mention the art feedback channel. Yeah. I'll bring it up later. Elk. Eh? Just now getting back into drawing, but I've never drawn or animated stuff. If you have any tips or videos you can recommend to get started? None specifically. I just recommend finding an artist you really like, seeing if they have any tutorials, or even easier, go on YouTube, look up tutorial for anatomy, drawing hands, drawing faces. There's a wide breadth of tutorials available online for free. So I highly recommend taking advantage of those. There will be a lot of information. It'll be tough because some artists are very do it this way. Wrong. Must do it my way. There's no really right way to do it, so just do whatever's comfortable. Do whatever you feel. Kept my word. Thank you for the gifted sub. Oh. Good evening. I hope you are very, very well and you're gonna have fun in this class. Impact, thank you for the posture check. Ooh. And Impact, thank you for the— oh gosh, everything. Head pats and ear wiggles. Anyway. Yeah, music's on. Perfect. Good. I forgot. Artists I really like? Hand tutorials. I'm making them right now as we speak. You're more than welcome to ask, hopefully relevant questions during these streams. But if you are looking for more how to start drawing from scratch, just do exclamation YouTube. You will find my VODs. There is a specific Art 101 playlist. I don't have them cut or edited, so they are the full streams. Just a heads up. I'm just making random noises. Jeez. My brain is zooming. Cam, thank you for the gifted sub. And Sir Elk, thank you for the breathe. Got a new way to hold your pencil that gives you better control. Good! That is awesome! Yeah, mix it up with the hand holding positions. Because sometimes some people grip it with like their middle fingers, some people grip it with the index, some people grip it with like the bottom fingers. I don't know which one's correct. Just make sure your hand's not cramping up, you know? Danny Draws, thank you for the 5 gifted subs. Ooh. That's what started. You started this all. Meta Fallout, thank you for the resub. Happy 13 months. Job time with tech issues. We've done this past. Thank you for being here. I'm glad you're enjoying it. Thank you very much. And Denny Draws, thank you for the 1,000 shine. Oh my gosh. That's a lot. I just always have. Like, Hungry for Hippo. Thank you for the resub. Oh no, not 1 month. 3 months. Why did I 2 different numbers. My bad. Fuck. Thank you. Meta, thank you for the 100 shinies. Get it. Job tax. Alright. I guess tax season is coming up in a little bit. Gotta get all my stuff. I don't know enough about taxes to— I just try to pay them as best. Denny Draws! 25. It's a whole lot. Thank you very much. I hope you are doing very well. I'm so sorry I'm not keeping up with chat. I want to make sure I say thank you first. And Vapor, thank you for the happy 18 months. Mariak, thank you for the 5 gifted subs. Alright. Cosmic Crustacean, the gifted sub. And Zap, thank you for the 100 keys. Whew. Comedy Option, thank you for the 5 gifted subs. Level 7. Rhydonus, thank you for the resub. Happy 7 months. And Wolfson, thank you for the 100 biddies. Classroom anyway. Back room in this tavern, it is wherever you need it to be. Projecting it in. That's how I know if you do. Gecko. I didn't have to do that, Gecko. Just TT is soft doesn't mean it will stop me telling you how cool you are. You need to spend. Let's do that. So cool. What the heck? Fun Trap 69. Thank you for the resub. Happy 4 months. That every adventure is a loot goblin. Tiny. Aren't we all just little goblins on the inside? Honestly. Great part. Good vibes for a good. Hope you're having a good day and hope. Oh. All are. Oh, jeez. My brain would not read that sentence. I'm sorry. Misfit, hi! Biggest sweetheart around. Voice in your singing is soothing and relaxing, and your personality is beautiful. Your art is amazing, and your willingness to provide pointers and tips is inspiring. Nothing but the best for you. Keep smiling, keep growing to me. Also, thank you, Tragedy. I'm glad you like glasses. They do make me look like a professor. Especially with this, like, a really collar set. Honey's behind the chat. Yeah, I cannot hear you. Sorry. Sorry. Hey, head. I have to catch up. Gotta make sure my breathes, especially when she's still coughing. Yeah. Oh, yeah, I actually got an inhaler. So, probably use that if it gets bad. Right now, it's fine, though. Tips on drawing on iPads to anything digital. iPads are smaller than what most people are used to, so just make sure you have proper posture. Otherwise, you're going to have wrist and hand cramp. That's not particularly... So use your full arm while drawing, even if it's a small screen. Do your best. It takes a little bit of practice. Well, today's going good. Pass by to give you a good night, and don't forget to hydrate your... Thanks, Gato. I will. I will. Have y'all heard any sound alerts yet? Sound alerts? Alright. Let's see if it's because I disconnected. If it is... Mike is cutting out again? Sorry, I didn't mean to snap in your face. That's my bad. That's just the easiest way I can test if it's getting... I might just need to be a little bit closer. Also, thank you, Guy, for pausing sound alerts. I might just have to leave sound alerts off for today. I apologize. The scuff really did follow me and mess absolutely everything out. ASMR? I mean, I could whisper less. Probably couldn't focus for that. My mic is probably dropping some audio, so let's turn up the gain even more. Yeah, okay. That should be a little bit better. Thank you, Guy. Check with my mods, making sure everything is going okay. Protect the pipes. I will. I will. I have been so far. You can. We're doing much better. Whew. Okay. Real folks, please. Thank you for the posture check. Ooh. Phew. Also, thank you, Guy, for updating the Moobot. I really, really appreciate it. Ooh. Lower the noise. Maybe a little bit later. I might have to, if it's not distracting, I'll have to do that after stream or tomorrow. Because tomorrow is... other things. Man, my life is just getting so busy and it's only like the 3rd week of January. You would it be? It was like posture check intended to be only for the streamer or also the chat viewers. You can definitely stretch if you're feeling it. I do recommend it. It's not necessary, but it's good for you. And for me, it makes sure that I am not shrimping and that my arms get a stretch because otherwise art is going to be painful. So long term, it's good for me. Expressions are there. There's more expressions than tired and smug. Those are just the cool, the really good looking ones. Like there are more, but those are some of my favorite. Oh, Honey's very popular in 2023. Busy. Busy is the word I would use. Alright. And Rauken, thank you for the hydrate. Alright, I do have a song lined up. And then we can get on to the lesson. Twisted Pixie! Thank you for the raid. Welcome in, raiders! You came just in time. We're gonna start the lesson pretty soon. The stream's basically just started. I was just saying thank you to the lovely viewers. And you're playing Gartic Phone? Nice. Ooh, more art. More art. Let's go. Onyx, honey, I'm dying from the heat. Oh no. Stay hydrated. Be in the shade. Just relax. Take it as easy as possible, Onyx. Don't dehydrate. Don't get dehydrated. I've taken to drinking, stretching, and posture checking when those names come up. That's good. That's a good habit, quite honestly. Just so that you're not sitting too long while you're watching streams. I definitely have that problem. There we go. Okay, I think we're good. Sweet. Sorry to chime in again. Do you have any recommendations for a mid-tier setup for drawing or using a tablet? I have been interested in Procreate on the iPad, but I have a good setup for PC. Should I just shoot for a drawing tablet on a good program? Depends on what you're more comfortable with. Personally, I would recommend getting a tablet. It doesn't have to be a Cintiq, so draw on screen. It can be just a tablet and a pen that lays flat on your desk that you can draw on, and you can just look at the art on your monitor. That is definitely something you can do if you're looking for something a bit more budget. And if you're just starting to get back into drawing. I wouldn't invest in a Cintiq unless you are ready. They are expensive. They are very expensive. So keep that in mind. I just don't want to recommend what I use and then have someone go, I actually don't use it anymore. It's a lot of money. And I'm like, yeah, that's fair. It's fair. My room faces the sun. Get out of your room. Get out of your room. Go into a basement or something. Just get away from those rooms. Onyx, please. Take care of yourself. I know you do, but also I don't want you getting boiled like a frog. Hello, Future Muse. Rewatch the VOD for reference. Hi, Firewatch Artemis. Hope you're having fun. Oh, thanks for your advice. I really appreciate it. Thank you. No worries. Good question. I don't have a basement. Maybe go sit in a cold tub. That might actually be good. Usually washrooms are pretty... Not a lot of sunlight that gets in them, so you can control your temperature a little better. But yeah, apply tinfoil to your windows. If you can. Ice bath, yeah. They're really nice. Very relaxing, quite honestly. Right, we have... Gary. Hi, Gary. How are you? I love you. Love my friends. 20 months, Gary. You've been here for 20 months. Oh my gosh. Have I known you that long, actually, Gary? Let's see. I think I've only known you for like 15 months now that I think about it. Maybe 16 or 17, actually. Man. Time. That's friendship. A very long. Officially around 16, 17. Yeah. Yeah. I think I met you around then, but like we didn't get close until a little bit later. Good friendship. I highly recommend y'all check out Gamer Goblin Gary. Extremely kind, funny being. Very, very, very supportive and very, very upbeat, but also relaxing. I love you, Gary. And he has merch. Getting the hang of this fire alpaca business. My work is pretty good. I don't know if you would like it though. Fire alpaca. I don't know enough about that. But two things. First off, I have added something to the Discord for those of you who are taking part in these lessons. So what is happening is, please read the rules of the Discord, by the way, just to clarify. There is a feedback section for art. Now what this means is that there is now a channel for you to post your art, your homework, and get feedback from either me or just generally everybody here. It is not a place to showcase art, so just be aware, if you post art there, you will probably receive feedback, and not just from me. So if you are wanting to just share your art, put it into Artisan's table. Very different. The art feedback channel is for homework, getting feedback, and constructive criticisms only. What I was thinking of was I was planning on potentially streaming some art feedback so that y'all can kind of see how to improve from where you currently are. However, remember to read the rules. If you do not want me to do that, but you still want the criticism, by all means, post your art there. However, right above it, just make sure you say, please do not stream this. Because I do want to give feedback as much as I possibly can. However, I understand that some people may not want it to be so public, and that is totally fine. Criticism can be a very hard thing to accept and learn from. So I don't want to publicly, I don't want to make a spectacle of it. I want it to be a learning experience, if that makes sense. We have a channel in the art section just for you to remind us what the homework is. I could probably remind people in feedback. Actually, I could probably also tweet about it afterwards. Your art will be perceived, yes. Your art will be perceived, but only if you decide to post it. It is totally up to you. But yes, there is no guarantee that I will stream it, by the way. That is also a thing. I will probably just choose the pieces that can have the most constructive criticism that a lot of people can learn from. You'll Thunderdome your art. Throw it into the Coliseum. See if it survives. Honest, I got an ice pack strapped to my bare flesh in an attempt to be not dead. Careful not to give yourself, careful not to burn yourself. You probably got it. You're smart. Onyx is smart. My mods are real smart. Also, Knight of Trousers, thank you for the resub. Many shinies for the friendly combo. Thank you very much. Happy 7 months. You should definitely sell merch. Oh, you have some plans. They're slowly coming together. I had a plan, and I was going to start, but the company that I was going to get merch from kind of fell through. But that's okay. It happens. Thank you, Tori. What should I do with the post I made there? Technically, I didn't make it myself, but as a commissioner, was very involved in each art piece. It was basically the art director for each one. That would be an artisan's channel. If you're just showcasing art. If you want feedback, then put it in the art feedback channel. It's less of a... It's more for personal art, because if you're posting other people's art, like a commission, especially without the artist's knowledge, I'm not really giving you criticism. I'm giving the artist criticism on their art that they may not be looking for. So I would prefer if people kept it to their own art and their own homework. Hard to give feedback on stuff you enjoy yourself. Yeah, exactly. Freezer burn is for people with weak cold resistance. Me! Is the feedback channel for drawings or also for digital design? It can be for both. I would recommend, if you're looking for because I am not well versed in all forms of art. I can only really give perspective on the pieces or the style and anatomy that I am aware of and taught in. So even my feedback might not be what people are looking for. Miss anything? How are you with criticism, honey? Pretty okay, so long as I'm in the right headspace for it. Sometimes I just want to draw something and don't want feedback, and I want to make something and let it exist. And so unsolicited criticism is not appreciated, especially if I'm just posting something on Twitter. But if I'm looking for feedback and going, hey, does something look off about this? Or hey, does anyone think the anatomy needs work? That is another thing when it comes to posting art in the feedback channel. Please do not just post art and go, what can I improve on? It can work sometimes, but if you are if you ask for general advice, you will get very general advice, meaning that it might not be exactly what you need to improve. So think about what you want to improve upon. For example, it's like, hey, what do y'all think of the line art of this piece? People can give feedback and techniques on how to fix that or how to adjust it. Or if you go like, hey, something is off with the face, can y'all give me any ideas? That gives us a direction for how to properly give you the criticism that you want to learn in the aspects that you choose. It's a very interesting, it's difficult because I don't want to hurt anyone's feelings, first off, but you also got to direct us a little bit when you're posting things you want feedback on. So just keep that in mind. Up. You like demons and imps? Yeah, I do. They're pretty cool. Can't find the password in the rules? Gotta read. Gotta read. Sorry, it's a litmus test. So you're posting 2023 goals. How's Blender going? Haven't downloaded it yet, baby. I've been too busy. Oh, cute Goblin. I'm here relatively early. Yep, you're here early. Welcome in, Kaz. We haven't started. Someone asked me how to improve. I'll produce a huge text of good weeks. I hope it doesn't scare anyone. Yeah, just remember to be kind with your criticism. Be gentle, because you never know if someone is needing a little bit of criticism instead of a lot. So just keep that in mind. Shibato, thank you for the resub with Prime. Happy 8 months. I'm back. Sign can't stop me because I can't read. I had to reread the rules 3 times. Fine. Yeah, it's a bit of a safety measure to make sure that everyone reads the rules and understands them. I don't want people making others uncomfortable. I want to make sure everyone reads the rules very carefully. Also, Kokugan, thank you for the resub. Happy 5 months. Welcome back. Alrighty, I do have a song that I'm going to sing, and then we can get into expressions. We can continue to ask questions later if you'd like, so no worries. But take it easy. And we're just gonna relax, and don't worry. Everything will be okay. I don't know why I feel like doing that sound very often. Fun. Let me take a little sip of water. Also, Past Seeker, thank you for the breathe redeem. Oh, now I'm nervous. My throat's a bit dry. Okay. I think I'll be good. Just like in the movie, it starts to rain and we're the broken beauties. Blindfolded minds collide and we fall. When the curtain drops, our touch is just a touch, not like in the movies. Our stories after the end, like strangers, perfect pretenders. We're falling head over heels for something that ain't real. It could never be us, hey, just you and I. Memories and photos, too easy to rewrite, left as lonely shadows, holding each other tight, and we fall. When the curtain drops, our touch is just a touch, not like in the movies. Our stories after the end, like strangers, perfect pretenders. We're falling head over heels for something that ain't real. It could never be us, hey, just you and I. Like, sorry. Like strangers, perfect pretenders. We're falling head over heels for something that ain't real. It could never be us, hey, just you and I. I'm only singing part of that song because my my throat is My throat for some reason is getting full of something, so I'm like, oh no. I'm gonna take it easy, not gonna worry about it too much. Whew. Thank you, Guy. I'm gonna try a quick song, because that was a very short one. No, I know I'm not dying. I'm not dying. That song is, I'm dead. Welcome in. You came just in time for a song. I hope your stream was good. 40 minutes late? No worries, no worries. We haven't started the lesson. We're okay. I go deep into blank and I don't know why. Why that? Strange. What's a good one? You're playing Yakuza. Ooh. I've seen a lot of Yakuza memes, but I've never actually seen much Yakuza playthrough. Yeah, no dying. Hi, Death. I'm gonna try a real quick song that I think I can hit better. Because that song was Strangers by Sigrid. I used to be able to hit those higher notes. It's a little harder right now, but that's okay. Zero, no worries. You're more than welcome to vibe. I'm gonna try... Oh, actually... I'm just worried about blowing up my mic with this song, honestly. Thank you, Guy. Alright, I'm gonna try singing Waiting on a Miracle. Man, I remember I used to watch Encanto a bunch when I got sick this December. It was a really nice one to listen to. Alright. We're testing my voice this stream. Let's go. Okay. Don't be upset, mad at all. Don't feel regret or sad at all. Hey, I'm still a part of the family, Madrigal. And I'm fine, I am totally fine. I will stand on the side as you shine. I'm not fine, I'm not fine. I can't move the mountains. I can't make the flowers bloom. I can't take another night up in my room, waiting on a miracle. I can't heal what's broken. Can't control the morning rain or a hurricane. Can't keep down the unspoken, invisible pain. Always waiting on a miracle, a miracle. Always walking alone. Always wanting for more. Like I'm still at that door, longing to shine. Like all of you shine. All I need is a change. All I need is a chance. All I know is I can't stay on the side. Open your eyes, open your eyes, open your eyes. I would move the mountains, make new trees and flowers grow. Someone please just let me know, where do I go? I am waiting on a miracle, a miracle. I would heal what's broken. Show this family something new. Who I am inside, so what can I do? I'm sick of waiting on a miracle, so here I go. I am ready, come on, I'm ready. I've been patient and steadfast and steady. Bless me now as you blessed us all those years ago, when you gave us a miracle. Am I too late? For a miracle. Thanks, guy. Yeah, I'm not fully back yet. Oh, that's too bad. But musical songs are a little easier on my throat. Dang. Oh well. That's okay. Jinx, thank you for the earwiggles. Mwah. There's one game I would like to see Honey play. That'd be Ghost of Tsushima. Ooh, I've heard it's like a. I've heard if you like Sekiro, you'll like Ghost of Tsushima. But is that because of aesthetic or actually because it's a good game? Thanks, guy. Phew. All right. I'm gonna leave that song off and let me know if this is too loud. Because who knows? Maybe my settings are fine. Oh, just kidding. The headphones were turned off. That's why. I think that's why the sound alerts weren't working. I muted my desktop. That's why. That explains it. Alrighty. Heard your voice get close to breaking in the middle. Yes, I heard it. I felt it too. That's okay. That's why the redeem is still off. So I might sing at the end of the stream, but for the most part, I think we're back to lessons. Let us go. Do I have the art up? Maybe I do. Could have sworn I set it up, but I did restart my computer like twice. There we go. Alright. The sound alert go off, guy? Because I wasn't paying attention, quite honestly. Keep making those cute pop noises. I'm gonna have to make that joke give real. Sorry. I'm focused. I'm very focused. And I don't think about what I do with my voice. I don't think hard enough sometimes. We just have to song commission for 500 bits? Nope. We're taking it easy on the throat. Besides, it's time for a lesson. Do you have time travel? No, I don't, but that'd be cool. That would be really cool if I did. Alrighty, quick warm-ups. Oh, alright, there's some screen sensitivity issues there. Oh, maybe not. Alright. No defense against a woman who can sing. Thank you, Gamer Stud. You didn't have to do that. They're free. They're free. You can just hang out for free. Neko. I was planning on doing a pop. I was gonna do so many emotes in December, but here's the thing: I caught the flu. I got the flu, so now I'm backed up by a lot of progress. Or not. My work has been pushed back a lot because of it. Alrighty. This is not the proper pen for this. There we go. But have it. Neko, come on! You and Son are too fast at art. Today's lesson is about expressions. I really like expressions. They're very, very fun. Because you can really, really push emotions with proper expressions. Music below? Alright, sweet. I can turn it up. There we go. It's the Diana playlist today. Nice and calm. Alright, so expressions are gonna go over eyes. Pushing. That is not how you spell push. And mouths. Brow. Stretch and squash. Trying to think of any last minute ones. Might go into motion. We'll see how far we get. Might get into motion. If not, don't sweat it. Honey has many expressions like cute. I am someone with much depth. Multitude of feelings. What about tears or drool? That could be an expression. Drool is less a... Well, I guess drool could be an expression. So let's go into explaining what expressions are, for those who do not know. It's fine. There's more to life than just cute expressions. So, an expression is an emotion displayed by the face. I think I would be a better teacher if I could spell better. Maybe I need to go back in class. Emotion on face. However, it is not limited to the face. It can also be body language. However, today we are mostly going to be focusing on the head and the features. Eyebrows? Yes. Brows. That was pouty. I thought ponder. Part of me goes, wow, I might have rigged this model a little too well. It picks up when I pout, when I look disappointed. Emotion shown in the body, yes. Feels like an art class, but way more fun and motivated. Oh, thanks, Sparkles. That's pretty much what this is. This is an art class. So, it's an emotion on your face. Let's write down a couple of examples. I'll draw them later, but examples would be sad. Thanks, Cosmic. Sad, happy, mad, and... Well, those are kind of the big three. There's neutral, I guess. Neutral is less of an expression, more of an energy level, I found. These are kind of the big four. You can a lot of expressions can be broken down into these four genres, but they have different nuances to them. For example, for sad, there is depressed, crying. What's another one? Anguished. For happy, there's excited, content, at rest, perhaps. I gotta move these down so that they're a little more spread out. Hey, Sky, what's up? Back from my first day at new job, time to learn expressions. Hey, I hope you had a good day. I hope you were having a fun time and the job's not too stressful. Actually, I love how expressive the face is, especially the side of the mouth thing you do. Okay, so I didn't know I did that until I put this into the model. Quite honestly, I didn't know that I moved my mouth side to side when I talked. And then I watched my VOD and my mods were like, so you know you move your mouth funky when you talk, right? I'm like, I did not. But now I'm hyper aware of it. And it makes all sorts of fun faces. Yeah. Yeah. It's good. I used to think I had a, like, a stiff, serious face. Because, like, every time I would hang out with my family friends, they'd be like, wow, honey, you're so serious. I'm like, really? Really? Am I? Just the resting bitch face happens. Mad, there's furious. Let's see. Disappointed. That kind of goes into the sad, but it can be angry too. And then there's fuming. These aren't the only ones. These are just examples of how you can break down these expressions. Bugbear, you too? Yep. Yep. When your family goes, aren't you having fun? It's like, I am. I just have a very face. Mildly, oh, annoyed. That's a good one. Neutral can be, I guess that can also be a rest, but like neutral is, neutral is more of an energy level. It's like not ecstatic, but not falling asleep. Relaxed. Yeah, relaxed can be it. Having fun, I'm just goblin tired. Yeah, exactly. So, even I can't think of that many for neutral. I'm large, have resting bitch face, and don't talk much. Very popular at parties, imagine. You never know. Maybe some people might be wanting to talk to you, but they're just intimidated. Stretch it a little bit. Placid. Yes, that's a good word for it. Also, Mules, thank you for the resub. Happy 4 months. Nice to see you better. Thank you. It's so nice to be better. I'm glad to be back. So, anything else? Loving. That would be a happy one, I think. I use Clip Studio Paint. Yes, thank you, guy. Tired, 0 F skin given? Yeah, sort of, mind elsewhere. Vapid, maybe? Those are kind of, yeah, those are kind of examples. So these are things to think about when you're drawing a character and doing a certain thing. So one thing, this is a general tip, but it relates very, very heavily to expressions. Aloof is a great one, actually. Thank you. But yeah, daydreaming can be positive. It could be also negative. That's more of like a spiral depression kind of look. Hi, Wolfencree. Confused? You know, I guess that would kind of fall into neutral. It could also fall into mad or sad. Peaceful? Yeah, I think you'll kind of get the vibe. So, things to think about when you're doing expressions. So when you're thinking of expressions to do, try to imagine your character's personality. So, what's an example? If I'm going to draw a character and I want them to be happy, I have to think a step further. Instead of saying, oh, I'm just going to make them smile, I think of, why are they smiling? What is the character thinking about that is making them smile? That is a much better or much stronger way to draw a character, is to, instead of drawing what the character is doing, draw how the character is thinking and feeling. Drawing a character's thought process is a lot stronger than drawing a character's actions. Like, you can have a character picking up a box, but what do you imagine when you have a character picking up a box? You don't really know much about them. If you draw a character straining to pick up a heavy box, you're like, okay, now I know more about this character. I know that they are not super strong, or that they are overambitious when it comes to their physical strength. They could be potentially arrogant, or they could be trying to keep up with someone. There's a lot of things to think about with a character's thoughts versus just their actions. Let's see, what's a good example? I want to draw a character that is, for example, stressed. Think about what is stressing them out. Oh, that's very poor writing, but you get the idea. Stressed. What is the character stressing from? What is currently on their mind? Yeah. Any questions? Wolfencry, thanks for the hydrate. And Corinne, thanks for the posture check. Picking up a heavy box is stressing them out. Yeah, if that is what's stressing them out, then now you have a little motivation. It maybe another way of saying it is a motivation. Or motive. action is not as important as a character's motive for doing that action. They can be, but in this specific, like in doing facial expressions, that is a bit more important. Thanks, Saucer. Stressed about everything. Yeah, that that emo's just be stressed about, absolutely. I'm a little anxious mess. Which category will you put somebody's doing crazy expressions? Well, they can all be crazy expressions. Every single one of these could be crazy expressions. It's just a matter of how you push them. We will go into that today. These are kind of the basics of like foundation blocks. How's your heartbeat? I think it's probably okay. I don't actually know how my heartbeat's doing. I haven't kept track. Moving problems. Oof. You moving, Shimbo-chin? Hopefully you're not having a rough time with it. Would being in pain count as stress? Yes, exactly. Yeah. Stress is a lot of things. For example, it could be you're in pain. You could be overwhelmed and overworked. You could be very tired. You could be very confused by some math homework. Stress is a lot of things. That's why when someone, like if I give you prompts of how to draw your characters in different emotions, maybe think about what is stressing them out rather than just them being stressed, because that's pretty vague. Stressed about moving heavy boxes. Okay. Halfway down the page in notes already. No worries. I'm going a little slow, Plugbear. Just want to make sure everyone's taking it easy, and if anyone has questions, they can for sure start to ask. Stressing about being alive. Ain't we all? But isn't it fun? Isn't it fun? It's a wild ride. It also depends on your personality. Yes, exactly. For example, if you take two very different characters. Let's try to think of them. Let's think of, for example, trying to think of two like really opposed character types. Why am I blanking? But I guess the easiest way is like Sonic and Knuckles. Yeah, sure. Sonic and Knuckles. Thank you. Think about how they're very different personality-wise and how they would each respond to stress, for example, very differently. Or how they would look very different if they were both laughing at the same thing. Or how they would express sadness differently. That's not just applying an emotion to a drawing, it's applying an emotion to a character. And so giving that character motive will help to get it closer to a way that feels like it's in character for the personality type. If that makes sense. Batman and the Joker. Yeah. If Batman's stressed, what does he do? Probably just keeps doing what he does. Joker would probably throw a fit, you know. And you can think about the different ways they would look, or the expression would show on their face, while they are feeling this way. Onyx hides his stress by smiling all the time. Relatable. Grandrock, thank you for the resub. Happy 2 months. Welcome back. Thank you very much. Do you have a favorite expression for a character? Smug. It's just the easiest and most fun. I like your breathing chest animation on VTube. Thank you. Yeah, a little breath animation there. Makes it look a little more real. Batman tends to scowl or brood, while Joker would probably frown, furrow his brow, and throw a tantrum. Yeah, exactly. So let's, yeah, this is pretty good. I won't add any more information here because this is already a lot. So let's go to eyes. So eyes are probably the most important part of expressions. They pretty much pull everything together. However, there are exceptions. There are most definitely exceptions. For example, if your character has no eyes, you know? Actually, one sec. I just have to do something very, very quick. There is a bug on the wall, and I want to get it before it disappears. I will be right back. Ow! I'm okay. Ooh, I'm good. I'm good. I got it. I didn't realize the wall behind my desk, or I forgot the wall behind my desk was concrete. All right, cool. We're good. Bug on hands. Gonna eat that? No, that's okay. I already had dinner. I'm pretty full. Alright, so eyes are very, very important to a piece. When you think about a character, a lot of the times they are recognizable just from their eyes. And the reason is, people, we've kind of evolved to read emotions by looking at people's brows and their eyes. Not just their eyes, but like the shape, like whether they're squinting a little bit, or if they're darting their eyes. Basically, we read a lot in one particular part of the face. So if you are to focus on one part of an expression, try to put it all into the eyes. Punching ball is a good way to break your hand. So my mom found out. Ooh. Yeah, I was getting a bug. Or I was getting a bug. What do them brows and eyes do? Intimidate me, that's what they do. So. The main focus. Probably priority. And they can be in a lot of different shapes. You can push them a lot for variation. I'll just write window to the soul. Let's draw a couple examples. So, I'm gonna draw really, really, really simple eyes. We're gonna do circles. Emerstead, thank you for the resub. Happy 2 months, welcome back. You can smile with your eyes. Yes, you can. You can smile with your eyes. So we're gonna do this. I'm going to copy these. Don't TOS me, Twitch. I know what you're thinking. I know what you're thinking. Their eyes. See. Okay, there we go. Do not merge visible layers. Okay. Female presenting eyes. They're male presenting eyes, don't worry about it. But yeah, so a lot of emotions can be put through just the eyes. I'm going to draw some examples. A lot of it can also just be in the eyelids as well. Let's do one more. So there's a bunch of eyes. They're pretty good as they are. You can probably guess what expressions I was going for here. I'll give you a sec to look at them and see what expressions I was going for. And then I'll write them next door. Yeah, thank you for the 100. Couldn't stay long, got work tomorrow, another 6 days. Oh my gosh. 6 day week and 9 hours tomorrow. You have a fun stream. I'm cute. Oh yes, yes, that's true. You have a good shift now, you hear? You get some rest and make sure you're eating good. I'm sure you already are, but just in case. You deserve good things. Juby, thank you for the raid! Welcome in, raiders! How are y'all doing? I hope you're doing well. I am just drawing some expressions. I'm actually gonna change these a little bit. I just realized. Probably better. Garfield, Garfield, Garfield. When he finds out it's Monday. It's all Garfield. That's the joke, Cap. It's all Garfield. Oh, you're playing WWE? Ooh. Hope you had fun. Hey, Baljeet. Hey, Juby. We're just doing expressions, and I'm showing people how you can do a lot with just circles and then lines. So the goal for this one was tired, angry, what was it? Fear. I think, what was this one? Lazy. Surprise. And stress. Now, some of these could be multiple things. Yeah, Juby, it's an art class. We're doing expressions today. How to draw expressions and push them. So these are pretty okay. They're not bad, but they could really be improved. So as important as eyes are, another thing that is really important to remember is, consider is eyebrows. They are part of the eyes, even if they don't feel like it. They move and emphasize whatever expression the eyes are feeling. I color these eyelids. There we go. You can kind of see it a bit clearer. Now I'm going to add brows to it. Help push the expressions more, because they could be cleaner. These guys looking like Pokeballs? Yeah, a little bit. Anonymous, thank you for the gifted sub to Goblin D's Nuts. Thank you very much. I hope they enjoyed the lessons. But yeah, they do kind of look like Pokeballs now that you mention it. So, if I'm going to push this tired expression, another thing I'm going to go over real quick, I just realized I missed. Brows. Yeah, I know, you got me. Couldn't resist reading that. But for brows, a lot of the times what you want to do is you want to keep them in a line. What does this mean? So this means if you want the brows to appear connected for your art, a lot of the times you can draw just one line, like draw a unibrow. So, this one. Yeah. For example, for the tired one, tired would probably have a very flat line because it's very tired, very uninteresting, and low energy. Anger would probably have pointed down, because you've seen people when they're angry, they're like this. Fear, opposite. Surprise, also opposite, but not as pointy as fear. It's not as sharp of an emotion. Stress, it can go all sorts of ways. Anonymous gifter, thank you for the gifted sub to I'm cute. Now y'all are just being clever. Y'all are just being clever. Come on. All right, and lazy. Lazy can also be like this, just a very, or even lower, closer to the eyes. There are a lot of different ways, but they are generally lines. She said it's just gun to my nose. Gary! Gary, come on! Thank you, Gamer Goblin Gary, for gifting a sub to Honey is Cool. Someone has that username. Someone's got that username. Are these real names? Did you make these up? Apparently these are real names. I don't think you can gift subs to accounts that do not exist. So yes, there is a Honey is Cute out there. Or Honey is Cool. My bad, my bad. Bullet, thank you for the breathe. Alright. Yeah, it's gotta be real. Thought so, Gary. Not with that attitude, you can't. Shh. Honey's Cool created their account in 2019 as one whole follower. Good for them. But yeah, so I'm going to just emphasize the eyes with those that I made. Gonna make it extra angry. I'm still following the arc of the one line for eyebrows, just to emphasize it. They don't always have to arc into each other, but it can push the emotions extra far. Melon! Thank you for the gifted sub to Honey is Cute. First, thank you for the resub. Happy 3 months. Welcome back. Goblin waifu is best waifu. Thank you. I prefer to be called Professor. Then you're learning things from me. And you can go on and become a better artist yourself. You charge for this, Honey's masterclass. Nah. Free education, baby. Besides, if I were to start charging, no, I wouldn't. I was like, man, what would I have to do to charge for this? And I was like, nothing I'd want to do. So, free. But here we go. That is the wrong one. There you go. You can see how the expressions are a little more pushed now. Just gonna erase these real quick. Clean up the irises a little bit. Ta-da! Very well, Professor Goblin waifu is best waifu. Damn, thank you for the gifted sub to Honey Goblin. I didn't know there was another Honey Goblin. I didn't know that. Huh. Wonder what they're up to. So, y'all know the DreamWorks face? The DreamWorks face is, literally just... It's the rock face. It's just smug. Megamind does it. Puss in Boots does it. Shrek does it. All the cool kids are DreamWorks facing. The Rock. I know this is already a DreamWorks thing. But, Megamind. That's immediately the first one I think of when this face shows up. Megamind. The sub was to you? A sub to myself? For me? I don't think so. I don't think that works. You can't get a sub to the streamer for the streamer's channel, can you? The Goblin's been sub for 2 months? Aye. What are you doing? Alright. Any questions real quick about the monobrow technique? Lumiere for Beauty and the Beast has great... Yes! A lot of animated films have very good expressions. A lot of comics have good expressions too. The sensual eyebrow. Let me see if I can do it. Am I doing it? No, I don't think I am. Cool dude! Thank you for the gifted sub to You Like Jazz 420. Alex, wish I had a question? That's okay if you don't. No worries. Nothing wrong with that. Sometimes if I have no questions, it means that I've explained things very, very well. The attempt was not sensual, but it was very cute. Not good at being sensual. I am very awkward. But that's okay. We're all a little awkward here. I'm taking notes. I want to use this to draw my D&D OCs. Yeah, no worries. You're more than welcome. There's a lot of other notes, but I'll do a full recap at the end. Your dork and his green. Take it as a compliment. Take the compliment. But there we go. We have eyes and irises, pushing, mouths and brows. So I'll go over irises really quick because they're fairly simple. The irises can be bigger or smaller to emphasize an emotion. For example, red so that you can visually see it. Now, I know that if you look at a person, their irises are fixed. They are only one size. But the lovely thing about art is that even if it's not technically realistic, if you do it to push an expression, it can make it look very, very, very good and very easy to read and understand. So for tired, or for example, fear. For fear, that's an example of one where you can make the irises much smaller. And it can make the expression much, much more powerful. Same thing with tired. You can make these bigger, so it emphasizes like, hey, they are very, very lazy. Or surprise, maybe not surprise. I guess if you were doing excitement, then you can make these bigger. You know, like when the anime characters' eyes get like really wide and big, you can push them like that. Or even funnier, if you want to, sometimes you can make one smaller and one bigger. That's what you like doing for crazy characters. It's fun. When I big one small for surprise? Yeah, it depends on what kind of surprise. There's an animation that this is remind me of that you can also use as a reference. Called, if you look up the starting line animation, all the faces in are basically spheres, can be used as reference. Okay. Right for cartoonish proportions? Yeah! It's easier to draw when you use cartoonish proportions. Many here? There's many. Many! Tired and angry default mood. Yeah. I can see that. That's very much a vibe. Alright, but iris can be bigger and smaller. Even if it's not realistic. It totally depends on the style. If you're going for a more cartoony or anime style, definitely go ahead and push the proportions. If you're trying to keep it very realistic, generally keeping the irises consistent helps. All right. Fun fact as well, I didn't go over this, but keep it in mind, the brows can very much overlap the eyelids. Even the irises, if you're really feeling it. If you feel like it would push the expression even further, then totally go for it. I think that's a great idea. Four size iris can be used to express cuteness. Yeah, that is true. All right, this is pretty good. Next would be stretch and squash. So we're gonna go into heads now. Turn these off for now. So heads kind of branches out into a couple different categories. Things that can affect the expression with heads are stretch and squash, mouths, and I guess the nose. Almost 5 a.m. so I'm going to bed. Go to bed, Sinbred. Good night. Thank you for coming by. You gotta go, Juby. All right, take it easy. Thank you so much for coming by, Juby, and thank you for the raid. Very kind of you. Brain. Yes, scratch and squash. Okay, so let's practice some front view expressions just to explain the concept of stretch and squash. Mouths? Mouths. Yes. So actually, before we get into the heads, sorry, I'm a little scatterbrained. Let's go over stretch and squash. So stretch and squash is like thinking of a circle as a bouncy ball, like a rubber ball. Y'all have seen those videos where a bouncing ball, or even like a tennis ball, goes in slow motion and it compresses when it hits something? Similar concept. I don't know why it wasn't singular. Yo, Hellscythe, welcome in. Chin too. I would consider chin with the base of the head. So stretch is, as you think of it, stretching. And here's the thing, it's not just getting bigger, it is also getting thinner. Try to keep the volume consistent. Think of it as a, yeah, bouncy ball, or maybe the best way to explain it is a water balloon. When you pull or yo-yo a water balloon, it gets further away, but it also gets thinner. It maintains the same volume while changing shape. Same thing with squashing when you throw a water balloon against the ground. It squishes, but it also maintains the same volume. This is stretch and squash. You can use this to apply to a lot of facial expressions. It can also be used to apply to a lot of general just movement and action in art. It's very, very handy. Let's do it with the head, for example. Okay, congratulations on 9,000. Wait a minute. Am I at 90,000? Well, alright then. Huh. That's a lot of people. That's a lot of people. Oh my gosh. Sorry, I'm just holding up the number 9 in front of me with my fingers and just like conceptualizing that each one of those is 10,000. Okay. Let's go. Thank you very much. That is very kind of y'all. I am glad y'all have fun here. I wasn't expecting it, and I hope y'all are learning and having a good time. Nail polish black or a very dark green? It's a very dark green. I like painting it a little dark green. Black is a very harsh color, but it's good if you want to go goth. Honey's have yourselves dying eternally. The amount of it's a lot of people. A lot of people. I'm trying to focus on a lesson. Wolvencry, thank you so much for the hydrate, by the way. One sec. I spat my water on my desk again. Okay, one sec. One sec. That's so many people! Oh gosh. Right. Okay. Okay, I'm good. Golodat, thank you for the posture check and the earwiggle. You know, let's do that. Let's do that. Let's do that. You have sufficiently thrown me off track with this news. Okay, I gotta recompose myself. We're here to learn. Okay, okay. I'm gonna stretch behind my head too. Okay. You go let after the Sorry. Sorry. Whew. I'll be fine. I'll be fine. Whew. Feet flat on the floor and you got it. Yeah. Maybe feet flat on the floor. Good chest out posture. My mom raised my well. Take 5? Yeah. Tell you what. Let's do a Q&A. Real quick Q&A. Anyone got questions? Just let me, I'll just breathe for a second. Well, 6 times more people lived in your hometown? Jeez. Alright, yeah, you can ask your off-topic art questions. Pestle, thank you for the 5 gifted subs. Can you sing us a little like you used to? I sang at the beginning of the stream, and I'll probably sing at the end of it today. My voice is mostly back, just having a hard time holding notes right now. What's the favorite expression you've ever seen? Let me pull it up, actually. I know which one. Excuse me. There we go. There we go. This is from Tangled. It's Flynn Rider. I think something about... Let's see, which one? They're all really good. But I like these two here. It's just the smug going to surprised. It's the transition between like he's very confident, everything's under control, and then all of a sudden something is wrong. That's my favorite. Eugene Fitzgerald, you're right, Shemit. Eugene Fitzgerald is the bit. So expressive. I love him. Jaws super chiseled, then yes. Oh, it's so hard to draw. Let me undo that. It's so hard to draw chiseled jaws like this, but it's very satisfying when you do it right. It's great. Mine is slowly becoming your expressions. Nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with that. First question: who is the biggest bird? Big Bird. Frog, you are excused from class. You may go to the bathroom if you need. You get some tea? Good idea, Plug Bear. I like apes. I think they're neat, but I'm terrified of them. Would never want to meet one. How long have these art lessons been going on? I'm fairly new here and I've been lightly lurking. Finding it interesting how you're explaining things I've been doing instinctively. Oh, nice! It's been good if you're doing them instinctively. I should actually leave this up here. This is a good example for the next point. But I've only done, I think, 5 streams like this where it's just drawing from scratch, starting with like stick figures and then moving on to gesture and anatomy and then poses. Now we're doing expressions. Someone asked a bit how to draw smug eyes. That. Smug eyes. How long have you been drawing? Since I was earliest memory grade 3, so like 8. How old is that? I don't remember. But yeah, since I was a kid, basically. And then I started drawing more and more as I grew up. And it just kept going. I'm very lucky. Might have to look back on those and see if the VODs are archived somewhere. They are, actually. If you do exclamation point YouTube, you'll find my VODs. It's all organized into my Art 101 playlist. So you can actually follow along with those old VODs if you want. They are not edited, though. Just heads up. They are not edited. They are time-stamped. Thank you very much, Guy. That saves me so much time. But yes, we're good. I think some good examples that you could have used to show how eyes can be expressive is Gromit from Wallace and Gromit. Yes. And Rebecca from Let Me Explain Studios, and the funny yellow Illuminati man. Oh, Bill Cipher. Yeah, that one. Yeah, there's a lot of ways to make a character expressive without having a full set of features. A lot of it is in the eyes, but even if you don't have eyes, they can still be incredibly expressive. It is very, very cool how people have gotten around the no eyes design choice. Don't want to feel like one of those weirdos who joins and like, that's okay even if you are. There's nothing wrong with that. you come and visit whenever you can, and if not, there's VODs for you, and there's also like a little place in the Discord to ask for help now. Road to El Dorado had good expressive. Yes, absolutely. You are absolutely right. Very good expressive characters. Get the ukulele out of the closet after the last stream? Nah, it's still there. I got too distracted with art. I'm doing live 2D stuff right now. You work in the animation industry and anything, your skills are super inspiring. I actually went to art school. A lot of what I studied was like concept art, film. I studied a bunch of like what positions there are in what industry, like for fine art specifically, for concept art, for backgrounds. I'm so bad at backgrounds. I cannot grasp sturdy objects to save my life. It sucks because I really want to draw a background, but I can't. And that's okay. I know my limitations and I'm trying to push past them. Only kind of timestamps. I really need to timestamp the R101 VODs more. That's okay. Don't worry. I mean, like, the most important thing is just to, like, you basically do it. You timestamp when the introduction stops, when the songs are, and then when the lesson is. And that's pretty much it. That's more than I've been doing, so thank you, guy. The hard part for me is keeping the face aligned when thinking of things in 3D space. I end up making it look slanted. Sometimes flipping your canvas can actually help with that. So just flipping it like this. It's a weird brain trick. It doesn't work for everyone. I know because I've tried to explain this to Cove like 50 different times and she doesn't get it. But flipping your canvas helps your brain to see the picture from another angle. And it can give you sort of like a fresh perspective on like, oh, actually things look good when I look at it on my dominant side, but not so much on my non-dominant side. Duke remains in the shadows. Yep. I still can't play it. Arc Flash, thank you for the resub. Happy 11 months. That's almost a year. Jeez. Glad you're feeling better. Me too. Kind of know your strengths, know your weaknesses, work with your strengths, and do your best to improve the weak spots. Yeah, that's pretty much it. Takes a while, but I can't be mad about that. That's just life. Not sure if I can watch a few hours of recorded stream. Barely have time for 13-minute videos. Live streams help me focus. Oh, really? Huh. I mean, I can see that. But yeah, if my VODs are too long, no worries. There are so many other tutorials out there. Go ahead and find one that works for you. Koi Kaigo, thank you for the resub with Prime. Happy 6 months. Art and world's most satisfying voice. Thanks for everything, honey. No worries. I'm glad you like it. Thank you very much. Need to watch the entirety of Road to El Dorado? I highly recommend it. I'm just scanning to make sure. When did you gain cognizance? I don't know, probably around the same time as everyone. Probably when you're like 1. Trying to get into a school with a good art program myself and actually had your lessons been a big help. Oh, thank you, Kurama. I hope you get into the school you want. Gary flipping the canvas, my enemy, but I've been working with it more. Oh, it makes me feel so bad. I enjoy it and doing art and then I flip it and I'm like, oh. Okay. Okay then. See, I've still got stuff to learn. Manny, if someone's looking at my art flips the canvas, that's between them and God, not me anymore. So true. Allowed to look at my art in the mirror. That's the evil art. Not allowed to see that. The ears on your model move with your facial expressions. Woo! Reminds me of a thing I do with the ears on my rabbit Sona. Ooh! Yep, highly recommend it. If your character has very big ears and you want them to be more expressive, push it. Push the ears too. Push as much as you like, as much as you're comfortable with. It really helps to emphasize an expression. Let's say using mirrors for flipping stuff in the sketchbooks to check. Yes, very good stuff. Nice thing about technology, you got a phone. Take a picture, flip it. It gets rid of assumptions and parts of your brain was skimming over. Been drawing on physical paper lately and I flipped the canvas in the mirror. Oh, yep. General quick question. Why are you so inspiring? Good question. Why do you find me inspiring? Thought of that? Is flipping the canvas upside down work for you? So that is actually an assignment that my old teacher used to give us. He would say, all right, you are going to look at this picture and it's of a person upside down and draw it. as you see it. So we had to draw a person upside down with facial features and everything, and then flip it back over when we were done. I don't like it because it forces my brain to tie itself into knots, and it's frustrating. But it is a very good exercise. I do recommend it. I don't like it, but it's good. It's like the art equivalent of eating your horrible vegetables. You gotta do some things where it's like, this is not good for my brain because it's giving me a headache, but also it's making me learn. I actually once did an exercise where I tried going to a website for facial expression generator, but I ended on a site that made expressions wrong kind of expressions. Characters that aren't expressive can also work really well. Yeah, characters that aren't expressive, that's a whole different thing. That is body expressiveness. So they show their expressions and emotions through their actions instead of through their faces. Instead of their actions and emotions showing on their face, if that makes sense. What's a good example? Gromit. Well, from Wallace and Gromit. Excellent example. There is still expression in his eyes, but a lot of it is also physical comedy. And that helps a lot. You do get flustered easily, so I can see how through you. Lesson! With the ears thinking of Stitch, big ears can help accentuate emotions, droopy for sad, perked up for happy. Yes, exactly. Exactly. And they're not always going to be the same. Sometimes you could have... It's not always positive emotions are up and negative emotions are down with ears. That is one of the limitations I would like to get past for Live 2D. It's tricky. It's tricky because expressions and face tracking can only be pushed in so many directions. But one example is like, ears down could be sad, but it could also be like bashful. Ears up could be happy, but it could also be terrified, you know? You get a lot of options there. It's not just one or the other. It's a good example of giving inanimate objects experiences. I'm not sure what you mean by experiences, but telling a story with an inanimate object would go into prop design. So if for example, an amulet was magical and has been stolen by many, many people, it could be grimy and dirty and like have cuts in it, you know? And it can tell a story through the time, or through the, I guess, the things that have happened to it. Like, is it dented? Has it cracked? Stuff like that. That is for props. I can wiggle my ears like that. I think I'd be doing it constantly. It's fun. It's very fun. Also, Caffeine is King. Thank you for the sub. Welcome to the tavern. I hope you're doing well. Question, why are you so cute? I don't know. Why are you looking in a mirror? Looking at Flynn's mug right now, would looking up Disney DreamWorks concept expressions be a good reference for learning expressions? Absolutely. 100%. A really good exercise. Let me just real quick. A really good exercise is to look at these shapes and break down the anatomy underneath them. So this is a 3/4. His jaw is here. You have his nose here, mouth. You have the eyes, the eyebrows, ears. You get rid of this, you can kind of see how the shapes have been broken down. Studying other art, especially art from animated movies I found, is a great way to break down expressions. Like, look up like any movie you like's concept art or character art. It is very, very helpful. It's different for all of them. Like for this one, for example, it's a different angle. The character is facing up. This jaw is so hard to draw. I don't know how this artist did this. It made it look so smug. What the heck? But yeah, you can kind of break down how the shapes, or the skull is positioned underneath as well as the eyes. Here, yep, they're a reason why why the animation expressions are good after all. Yep, they have to be. They have to be very easy to read. So I remember in art school, one of the rules on if your concept art and characters were showing enough emotion was Same things with any of your stories, like storyboards, or even like what's it called? Shoot, I forgot the word. Anyways, one of the tests was if you could show this art, like these, to a child, and the child could identify what emotion it was, at least vaguely, it's a good expression. It has to be simple enough, not simple enough, it has to be clear enough what a character is feeling that anyone can read it, you know? Moxie, you never thought about doing that? Yeah, it's a helpful tool. It's a very helpful tool to learn how to break down shapes like this. Have you heard of puff chess? No. I don't think so anyway. You just DreamWorks face? Oh, yeah, he did. I was like, I did. I didn't know my face could do that. Meta, thank you for the breathe redeem. There was a film where the main female character was non-speaking but portrayed the character through expression and body language. Such great detail. Yeah! Body language, an entirely different form of expression. Currently, today we're going over facial expressions, just because it's a little easier to explain all at once. Body expressions take a little bit more time to make clear, and so I'll probably save that for a different lecture. I don't the urge to patent Kaido Gush tweet. You're such a good teacher, you're amazing. So expressive, such a big sweetie, frequently on my mind worrying about your ribs. Thank you, Kaido. Yeah, my ribs are doing a little better. I still have to go to physio, so I gotta book another appointment. But I am able to do exercise now, so that is much better. I'm in. I hope you're doing well. Gecko, thank you for the shout out to Party Demoness or Minerva. Any tips on how to make sure expressions aren't too overdone? Once the anatomy starts breaking and being noticeably not quite on model, that's when you should probably tone it back a little bit. So let's go back to the lesson real quick. I think that was enough time for me to calm down. I meant to ask how to give inanimate objects expressions. Oh, okay. My bad, Logan. I guess I misunderstood. So if you're going to give an inanimate object expressions, I would recommend trying to think about how to make it appear human or like a person. So if your inanimate object has eyes, that's simple. Just add the expression as if you were adding it to a person. If it has a mouth, same thing. If it doesn't have any of these features, that's when you got to think about body language for an inanimate object. So a robot can still be kind of like a person and express emotions the same way. Excuse me, think of like fresh cut grass from Critical Role, or like the animatics there. Or even look at the movie Robots. They're all robots, but they have sort of humanesque designs to them, and so they can stretch and squash properly. Iron Giant, yep, that's another one. Yep. That's another example. Let's go over stretch and squash. Gotta put this down. So here is a good example of these two. These two are probably a good one, and these two. These two are really good. These two are really good at examples of stretch and squash. So if you look at the features, look at how his face is scrunched. It's like it's pushed down into itself. Let's do the other side. So the lines are kind of going into themselves. So if I were to just draw the anatomy, his eyebrows are pushed down into the eyes. The mouth is pushed up into the nose. And sometimes some people like to scrunch up the nose a bit too, to add emphasis to it. There's creases in the middle of his face to add more of a push into it, as well as the head itself has been pushed inwards So that is squash. The volumes are the same. The head doesn't look like it's suddenly losing mass, but it is still on model. And stretch is the opposite. So now you can see how the features and head are all spreading out. They're getting pulled. The eyes are wider. They're open versus when they're scrunched up here. Same thing with the eyebrows. They're further away from the eyes to emphasize that the head is stretching. Max, yes, there will be VODs of this stream. They're on my YouTube channel. Golodad, thank you for the hydrate. Scrungle and scrunch. Yeah, exactly. Even the nose and the mouth have separated in distance. They're further away than this. The nose is actually down here. That's... yeah. It is hard to draw his nose. I'm going to do another example here. So in this one, there's still stretch and squash. Less squash, but more stretch. Especially in the jaw. So in this particular area. So this is a fairly neutral, not squished or squashed. Stretch or squashed. I'm getting so confused by them. But this is a nice little example of like, hey, we're going to emphasize this pose. So we're going to push his jaw really wide open. His mouth is going to stretch like this. His jaw will also stretch. Now, when things are stretching, their volumes must maintain, keep consistency in terms of volume. So instead of just lowering the jaw like this, that doesn't look quite right. Instead, what it was is the jaw has been lowered, but it's also become thinner. So it goes in like this. That is stretching. Squash is the opposite. Man, this should not be physically possible, but yes. A lot of the times you'll find with expressions, especially with flat 2D expressions, they don't look physically possible in terms of like what you can do as a person. Like if you look in the mirror, you can find ways to kind of push it, but sometimes you really have to break a character's jaw to push an expression. It's tricky and it takes a lot of practice. Like even I am not amazing at it. I'm pretty good at it, but that's because I've been doing it for a long time, ever since I was a kid. But yeah, that's stretch and squash. Wrong one. Alright, that's stretch and squash. I think we need to go over motion. Let's go over... sorry, not go over. Let's open up the floor to questions real quick. I feel like that's a general enough place where people might have a little bit of confusion. Alright, any questions? Cartoon characters eyes pop in other heads on a similar scale. I guess so, yeah, that doesn't really happen. So you can't really reference that. Hope not, anyways. So you kind of have to let the imagination play around there a little. And they can never get my nose right. That'd be one of my favorite jokes there. Like how that one famous 3D pose was made by a model with breaking the character's arms. Yeah, so I in the search for Blender tutorials, I've actually seen a lot of 3D rigs and how they move in movies. Especially in 3D anime. There's a lot of this rig will break at certain angles, so they have to emphasize it and push it in very strange ways. It's hard to explain, but people who do 3D, you'll probably understand. It is wild. Okay, yeah, when it comes to facial expressions, things usually aren't fully on model, especially with characters you want to appear silly or exaggerated. The only case expressions stay hard on model is which characters you want to look to keep dignified and pretty. Yeah. A lot of times characters that are very like powerful and regal, such as royalty, don't have a whole lot of expressions because they're meant to look pretty and dignified. Most of the time. You can always break this rule. But to convey power, a lot of the times, there's not very much motion. Everything's kept symmetrical and still. So there's no need for stretch and squash, really. Usually stretch and squash happens with protagonists and funny characters because it's a great way of emphasizing how they're feeling. Banjo, that is not a question. It's a compliment disguised as a question. I get you. I see you. What would expressions look on a Furby? Asking for a friend. Oh, the funny thing about Furbies... Yeah, of course I'm getting it. The funny thing about Furbies is they look very, very creepy because their eyes are dead and emotionless. Let me pull up a picture of a Furby. So, content warning for those of you who don't like Furbies. Oh, that's... Why did I look this up? Please, 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 have mercy. My sanity. Okay, so, Furby. Doing this. Okay, so, Furbies have no expression. And this is part of what makes them so creepy. They have very, very forward-facing eyes that stare deep into your soul. They are locked in on your position. Their eyes, very relaxed, but not quite, like they could pounce at any moment. They are forward-facing eyes, meaning that they are a predator species. Their mouths are always agape for some reason. That's just weird. They're mouth breathers. And they have no eyebrows, so I cannot tell if they are happy. I can't tell if they're mad. I cannot tell if they're just sleeping, because half of the time, if they have a voice box, it will go off in the middle of the night. I don't mess with Furbies. Anyways, how can you draw an expression on Furby? You can't. It has no soul. It can't emote. Sorry, I fell behind a chat. One sec. Is that Moon? Moon! Moon! What is that emote? I didn't know you had that. I love it. It's basically a Furby. Moon, I love your art. Kill it with fire. Oh gosh. You just see. Good practice for beginners who don't quite get the head breakdown methods. We try to break it down into one simple shape, then add symmetry lines. Yep. Went over that last time with head angles. So, check it out. Furbies are as close as eldritch beings that I have found. Like, they feel like SCPs. Like, someone was compelled to design them like that because an eldritch being said, "Do it, and I will offer you a seat in my pantheon." And then they did. And then he was like, "I lied. Now I'm just going to give everyone nightmares, and I see the world through their eyes. Congratulations." That's what I think of Furbies, anyways. You only have to worry about hearing a Furby at night if the sound comes from different places. Thanks for the new fear. Thanks for the new trauma. I'm sure I'll dream about that later tonight. Now I want to see if Furby's a Bloodborne boss. Unironically, though, that would actually be great. Furbies as Bloodborne bosses. Can you imagine like a long Furby? Like Vicar Amelia, but it's just Vicar Amelia's body, and at the end of the neck is a long Furby with their face. Stop giving yourself ideas. Draw. Sorry, Gecko. It's in all of our heads now. Imagine the exploding babies from Dead Space. I don't know that. I don't know what that is, thankfully. Seems like I shouldn't know that. Don't anger the modders. Am I angering them or challenging them? Egging them on? Do it. Do it. Nothing's stopping you. I'm sure you've thought about it. I certainly don't have the power to mod a Furby head onto Vicar Amelia. But you do. Oh. What if you modded a Furby head? What if you modeled a Furby head onto the moon presence? Just inside of the hole of the moon presence's face is just a Furby staring at you. Just going, yes, become my child. I hate it. I hate it. I've been playing way too much Bloodborne lately. The fur presents. Like, but that's good. That's good. Thank you. Gamer GL, honestly curious. I asked this as an artist also. Do you also start giving yourself creepy or weird ideas and curse yourself because I hate it, but I have to draw it? Yes, absolutely. I don't show these drawings to anybody because they're not finished and they're half done, but also I am keeping your sanity up high by not showing you these cursed pieces of art that's just whiz past my brain and I try to grasp with my hands. Gadford the Grafted, but Furby instead of dragon. Stop it. Stop it. Can you pull it up, please, as reference? No. Mainly because it doesn't exist. Oh, I deleted... I didn't realize I deleted the layer. I was just protecting my sanity. But yes, any other questions about expressions? Now that we're kind of wrapping up. Or not wrapping up, but we're at about the end of where I have the lesson, and now we're going to get into the actual homework aspect. What expressions look like on FNAF animatronics? Some people have already done that. I'm sure you could look up reference for it. It's very similar to just putting a humanesque expression onto a robot. Man, well, it was nice seeing you. Good to see you too, man. I'm going to speak it into existence. Cease. Why? Why should I, Moon? I have this power. I can do it. Can you? Anyways, I'll stop. I'll stop though. Actually, if I drink espresso, will my art be more expressive? Ayo, you never know until you try. Do it. Get back to me. Let me know if it works. I won't be able to follow in your footsteps because caffeine actually gives me headaches, but now I'm curious. I know that when I'm tired. Here's a fun little thing about when I draw expressions. A lot of the times when I draw expressions, I will, because when you draw expressions, back to lesson 1, the character's thoughts are more important than the character's actions. So my brain thinks, what thoughts is this character sort of going through? What's their emotional arc throughout this pose? And so my brain starts to think about it and starts to feel the emotion that the character is doing. And so my face actually does the expression that the character that I'm drawing is doing. So it's kind of funny. Kind of fun to watch. Little nightmare, but the giant ones are all hairless Furbies. Thanks for that. I guess it's only fair since I unleashed Furby Bloodborne again, yeah. Ooh! Elfo Diablos, thank you for the posture check. Let me do that right now. Any other questions? I've drunken several energy drinks in an hour and then passed out. What is your brain? Energy drinks are supposed to keep you... What the heck? Instinct Night, thank you for the resub. Happy 10 months. Go back. Oh, my arms. PSI, you did the rigging yourself, and if so, are there any rigging VODs I can see? Because this model and expressions are amazing. Thank you. So I do all my rigging and drawing myself. I have one VOD collection of VODs where I rig a chibi model that I have not used. The main reason is actually I have performance anxiety. So when I do something on stream, the quality is significantly less, and it's also much slower than if I do it off stream. So a lot of the times when I do my models, I do them off stream by myself where I can just focus and have music going so that I don't think about people watching me while I do it. Like, it's a really annoying problem because I've had that while I was in art class. As soon as someone walks behind me, like, my first thing is just go like and stop what I'm doing and just look behind me, because it makes me nervous. So any art I do on stream is usually like significantly less and not as top tier as though I were doing it by myself, you know? I'm trying to get better. Because I really do enjoy streaming art. It's just the streamer debuff, you know? Yeah, Instinct Knight, thank you for the 10 months. Welcome back. Cosmic Otaku, thank you for the 250 shinies. Furbies exist because one mad lad saw the color from outer space and he went beyond the wall asleep at the mountain of madness. Just wanted to share the knowledge he had gained over there. Honey has prey instincts. Yeah. Fight or flight? Nah. Freeze. It's not the good one. It's probably the worst of the two. Or the three. Gotta let me watch you do other cool art on Discord to practice. I've tried it, and on Discord, it's the same thing. Just the feeling of other people looking at me and judging me is very, very strong, even if no one is. And so it makes me very scared and makes me stop doing what I'm doing. Should go over using symbols to convey emotion, like anger lines, blush, etc. Symbols, sure. Let's go over that. That's actually a really good question. Mood. Having had anxiety issues with stuff in general, I can see that being a problem, but also reassuring to know others have this issue. Yeah, it is not an uncommon issue. A lot of people have it. Will you consider getting the UK out of the closet? Probably not. Just because I have a lot of art I gotta be doing. Got a lot of models to make. Got a lot of art to do. Hey, Goblin.wave, thank you for the raid. Welcome in, raiders. I hope y'all are having a good time. What were y'all up to? Gotta practice small bits of it. Yeah, but that's what this is. That's what this is. This is sort of a way to for me to do it while having it kind of be in a controlled environment. Well, I'm not creating a full piece and there's no need for me to finish something, but there's still art that I can do and I can talk about something I really enjoy. You were doing painting workshop. What's painting workshop? Also, thank you, Gecko and Guy. Is it a game or were you actually painting? I'm just trying to think. Simple. Like. Oh, painting minis. Nice. Ooh, what kind of minis were you painting? I don't want to start painting minis. I hope my friends are really into it and they look they look really cool. But I'm very bad with physical mediums, so alright, let's do very simple eyes. There we go. Okay, so I'm going to copy and paste this a bunch of times. That was cut. Okay. Oops. No. You're painting miniatures. Tonight was Warhog, which is half cybernetic, very large werebore werebore model. I like boars. I like boars a lot. They're one of my favorite animals. But I'm glad you have fun. Painting minis. Whoop. Good job, honey. But thank you again for the raid. Roji, you gotta get to sleep. Alright, ooh, have fun driving. You get some rest. Alright, so. Let's do a couple more. There's now that I'm thinking about it, there's a lot of expressions. So a lot of these are going to be seen on VTuber models, and this is considered a less Western style of doing expressions. We're going to do a bit more of a anime style of expressions. So keep that in mind. Don't merge that. Don't merge that. Ooh, honey, don't merge that. Okay. Yeah, that works. So, unlike more, let's say, Western style of expressions where there's a lot of stretch and squash, where there's a lot of no using effects for your character's expressions. Anime has a different thing. They do symbols a lot more. There's a boar epidemic in the States. Yep. Yep, they're getting more numbered. Numerous. They're getting more numbered. Yeah, that's correct. For example, you'll see a lot of these on VTuber models, to be perfectly honest, and for good reason. VTuber models are a little bit more limited in their expressiveness, hence why I love to push them so much. They're so much fun. But if you really want to convey a strong expression, for example, crying, sometimes having symbols helps with that instead. It helps to convey an emotion. So there would be like, there are so many different kinds you can do too. You are not limited by just these ones. You can push it and you can try as many as you like. But here's the fun thing. If you combine them with Western style, like stretch and squash, with the eyebrows, it can really, really push what a character is feeling instead of just the symbol itself. It's kind of one of the wonderful parts about what I like about VTuber models is, yeah, the symbols and the sparkly stuff, but really selling a character's feelings is really important. Honey, why are you making that example fella cry? Deserved it. I'm making a point. Hi, son. How are you? Also, King Sir Duck, thank you for the 600 shinies. Jeez, thank you very much. Making sure. Just checking my mod chat. It's about sending a message. Exactly, Gecko. Exactly. Gecko gets me. Alright, let's do blush. Very simple. Blush can be a lot of different things. It can be a flat. It can be filled like this. It can just be like a simple little blush like this. A lot of different options. It also depends on how embarrassed your character is or how flustered they are. A lot of stuff. Hi, your hair looks warm. Thank you. It is pretty cozy. Try to take care of it and brush it every once in a while. Let's see. Let's go with anger. Sometimes there's these ones too. Again, if you push these, let's get secondary. Yeah. If you push these, and it's not just the symbols, you can really, really get very clear thought processes in your character art. Another one. Oh yeah, excited. Classic. Classic sparkly eyes. See how combining the two can really, really help to sell what someone's feeling. Very, very important. Let's see, what's another one? Give me another one. Oh, it's the clogged vein. Yeah, the heart problems. Scared? Ooh, scared is a good one. Okay, fear, yep. So I don't know if you already mentioned it, but it's good to note the symbols are meant to represent IRL facial tells that accompany expressions. That's a good thing to bring up, yeah. I also like the Eastern style of expressing emotion where they use hair to express the intensity of an emotion. Like rising flowy hair for intense rage, flat droopy hair. Yeah! I think they do that in Ghibli films. I haven't used that very much personally, but I can see how that could really work. Flustered? That can kind of go over here. But like sweating maybe? Ooh, sweating, and then there's fear. Let's do those before I forget them. Because sometimes that happens. Let's see, fear can be a bunch of different things. It can be like 3 lines, well, or as many as you like. A little bit of darkness here. I just realized I drew on them. There we go. The fear would be probably like this. There we go. These are all from front view, by the way. Gecko, if you're getting sleepy, go ahead and get some rest. It's late for you. Thank you so much for being here. You were here for the 90K. Excuse me. I'm gonna have to cope with that information later. Genuinely curious as to what sensitivity you use personally. Everything you draw is smooth and not jagged. What sensitivity do I use? I use no stabilization. I don't know if that's the same thing as sensitivity though. It was a real. That was a choice expression, but I'll take your offer. Good night, Gecko. Thank you so much. Glad to see you here, but I do want you to get some sleep. Much as you need. Revenation, thank you for the ear wiggles. Alright, shoot, someone said a second sphere and... Yeah. Okay. I don't know what to call this one, but I just call it sweat. Just sweat? Nervous? That's a good one. Nervous. There we go. Sweat drops is the term. Yeah. Nervous. All right, let's do 2 more. Worried? Yeah, that's another good one. Smack, thank you for the hydrate. I don't know why my brain was like, is that a JoJo reference? Smack? Nervous and nauseous? Maybe a little bit. My tummy's nervous. My tummy aching a little bit. Sweat a little. One thing for a crazy expression is much larger smile with crooked teeth. Ooh, yep. I could do like a little evil grin. I like to do like little asymmetrical grins for evil. It's fun. Probably just like this. Not really much of a symbol expression, it just is an expression, kinda. Exhausted? Oh yeah. Exhausted's one I could do. There we go. A lot of sloping lines for exhausted. A lot of bags. Is there a symbol you use for tired? It's usually the same as fear, it's just that. Evil. Smack, no, my name's just mashed together. Gotcha, gotcha. Disappointed arrogance. I think you can combine these two-ish and get combined disappointment. A lot of these can be combined and mixed and matched. That way you can get very different expressions. I think there's also the snot bubble anime for tired or sleepy. Oh yeah. Well, he's not really asleep. It's just sleepy. Very frustration but trying to contain it. Something like this mixed with this would probably have that. I don't want to go drawing every single one because I want to try to keep these to the main ones because you can always mix and match and combine and you can end up with a lot of different combinations. So go ahead and try that yourself. I think that's a good idea. Mom said it's my turn on the brain cell. Oh, my brain's working overtime, but it's good. Feeling good. I'm gonna stretch. Ooh. I'm so excited to work out tomorrow. Let's go. I didn't get to work out today because of tech issues, but tomorrow's a new day. All right, let's see. Any other questions before I do a full recap? This is a lot of information. And then I'll give you homework. And you now have a place to put your homework. So I will say, I think after this lesson, next week will most likely be, well, if a lot of people want feedback, it might be a feedback week where I go over everyone's art. I won't give it grades, but I'll give you like red lines and any constructive criticism that you're looking for. So, caffeine? Yep, homework. If you're feeling like it, totally do it. Hi, Marebold. Thank you for the raid. Welcome in. I hope you're having a good time. How was your stream? Whenever I see those sparkles, I can't help but think of Alex Louis Strong from Full Metal. Yeah, I could see why. I could definitely see why. I love his sister. She's cool. She's cool. She's just cool. Or you're playing PUBG. What was PUBG? I've never played it before. I think the only thing I've played is like Fortnite. It's probably the closest I've played. JJ McCullough made a video talking about symbols being shorthands even if they are outdated. Oh, absolutely. Like using pearl necklace for a wealthy woman or an old-fashioned telephone even though we all use mobile phones. It's fascinating. Yeah, symbols are not bad. Sometimes they are great ways of conveying information very quickly. You know? Your brain sees an image for like a second and it understands a lot based on cultural and pop culture and context that we live in. That makes sense. For example, if you see someone in a black trench coat, a lot of the times you'll be like, okay, either a villain or someone bearing bad news. Or you see, what's another example? Someone wearing a bright yellow rain jacket. Okay, they're a childish character. They are very simple. They have very simple emotions. You know? Weird question. Are you pure blood goblin or half blood goblin? I don't know. Goblin. So many mixes and varieties. I know I'm kind of tall for a goblin. I think I'm like 3'6" or 3'5". They have a full ID distracts. They're paying attention to their health. Question. I have a character that frequently wears a helmet. Do you know any good practices for expressing emotion when face is covered? You would want body expressiveness. So for example, look at Wallace and Gromit, or look at Durarara, the headless horsewoman. That's another example. That's a good example of how you can be expressive with your body without having a face. Yellow raincoat, I think someone peddling fish sticks. Oh yeah, fisherman. I guess that one depends on location. You simply be goblin. I just am goblin. 3'5" is a tiny bit above average for a goblin, not too much. Yeah, exactly. It's not that tall, but like, taller. I'm being too lazy to look at this info, but who can participate in the homework? Is there a course we enroll? No, it's actually free. So all of these are free. These are places in the Discord that you can go to. You do have to enter the Discord to post there. Otherwise, I won't find the art. And there are rules when you post, so please be sure to read those. They are pinned to the top of that channel called Art Feedback. But yeah. Oh, thank you, Dust. I made it myself. But yeah. I'm going to actually, I've drank so much water. I'm going to really quickly go to the washroom, and then I will return, and then we will continue the Q&A, if y'all don't mind. Oh yeah, quick question. How do you make the face of someone who got punched in the stomach really hard? I guess you can look up reference. There would be a lot of squash in the face, I would think. And like scrunching. Let me see. Yeah, probably like this kind of scrunch, where the face is scrunched up. Probably wouldn't be smiling, might be in a bit of pain. That's like, you can look up reference, like look up, maybe like Rocky. You might find good reference there. Son, as they said in The Little Mermaid, don't underestimate the importance of body language. Every little thing from posing to expressions are key. Yes, expressions are not the only thing you need. Body language is also important. However, just for one lesson, we're going to keep it to face expressions. I am going to run to the washroom real quick. I will be right back, so y'all just relax, and I'll see you in a hot sec, okay? Think about your questions, and then I will go over everything again, and then hand out homework. All right, Be right back. Saw that. I saw that. All right. All right. First, thank you for the breather, D. Phew. All right. Phew. Teacher, I can't even draw, even if my life depended on it. I just enter class because you're cute. Well, you can draw more if you'd like. That is up to you. There's a lot of tutorials out there for you, and you're more than welcome to ask questions here. Hi, Dingus. How are you doing? Cam? Thank you for the gifted sub. Ooh, I'm cute. I'm good. How are you? I'm doing good, Dingus. All right. Any questions before I proceed with the overview? I guess I should call it. Honey believes in me. I must draw now. If you're feeling a first, I think you could do it. I won't do no crimes as far as it. Sure, Plug Bear. Sure. That's why you changed your name, isn't it? 'Cause you're hiding from your crimes. We only indulge in a small amount of tomfoolery. Ah, okay. Okay, gotcha. Just said your name was such disdain. Indeed, I did. Let's see, just making sure I didn't miss any questions. What is the homework? The homework's for later. Alright, cool. We're good. Any tips for getting proportions right? I struggle with the torso a lot, especially with dynamic poses. I would recommend referencing pictures of people, as well as referencing art that you enjoy. The best thing is probably to practice drawing anatomy. So drawing skeletons, in my opinion, because then that gives you a sense of like what's underneath the skin and how the skin would fold on it, and the skin is attached as well as the musculature. Stream and do crimes and stream. Yes. Yes. Absolutely. Spooky time? What? Oh, because the skeletons? Ah, I see. Spooky. And I should stop singing. I only draw the finest stick figures. That's really actually, that's very good, Austin. One of my first Art 101 streams was how to draw from stick figures. It is legitimately a really, really great place to start drawing for very good reason. You basically have a lot of anatomy and line of action down when you know how to draw stick figures. So don't discredit stick figures. They are excellent. Drawing good stick figures is great. Yep. Definitely. Honey keeps making adorable popping noises, but somehow can't admit. It's a habit that I am trying to not do as much. My brain gets nervous when I'm quiet and just goes, make noise. Make noise. And I'm like, what kind of noise should I make? And it's like, any noise. Just do it. And I'm like, okay, fine. Please. You insist. Not attached skin is my favorite to draw. Alright, well, you can draw what you like, I guess. I usually thumbnail stick figures. Yes, absolutely. Thumbnail stick figures. It is great. I do it all the time. Just remember to have my drawing tablet with me, so now I have something to do when I get bored later today. Yeah, draw if you're feeling like it. Not break the habits. Drive. Firerock, are you good at singing? I'm okay at singing, I think. My voice is a little rough right now, but I'll try later. I'm a new viewer, and I find your branding super interesting. What was your inspiration? Goblin. I felt like it. Yeah, that's pretty much it. I like D&D. I like goblins. Felt like it. It's just dangerous when you get a VC of them together and they all still offer each other or get progressively louder. Oh yeah. Yeah. Alright, if there's no more questions, I'm gonna go over the lesson today and then I'll hand out homework afterwards and explain the Discord again, just in case. I think it's also you take that back and say your voice is lovely. My voice is pretty good. I like my voice. I like my voice. I didn't say my voice wasn't cute. I was just saying it's pretty alright. It's pretty alright. I can say that, right? Alright. Do not. Oh, fight me. Alright, so. Thanks, Logan. So, we went over expressions today. Today was basically going over how to make someone's emotions very clear on their face. So we went over eyes and irises and how that can emphasize a feeling, as well as pushing characters' faces a little bit more, so stretch and squash. As well as mouths. We did a little bit of mouths, but it's basically applies to stretch and squash. Brows, great for pushing the expression. Drawing a monobrow, excellent. We didn't go over motion because I felt like that falls into the category of body expression. So we're going to leave that for a little bit later for now. So, yeah, there's two differences. Face, body language. So these were kind of the big four. There might be more. These are kind of how I split up expressions. They're sad, happy, mad, and neutral. And then they can branch out into very, very different types or subcategories of this emotion. For example, sad can be depressed, crying, anguished. Happy can be excited, content, or at rest. Mad is like furious, disappointed, fuming, annoyed. Like there's a whole bunch of different emotions that can go into it. Dr. Nefarious, thank you for the raid. Welcome in. I hope you're doing well. Surprised I haven't learned quite a bit. I have learned quite a bit tonight. More reasons why I draw things the way I do. It's been fascinating. You have a wonderful way of making things easy to understand. It's been a very wonderful time tonight. Thank you. No worries. I'm glad you find it easy to understand. Even if you're not really learning anything new, I'm glad it was at least simple and good to absorb into the brain. But how was your stream? What were y'all doing? Where can we find these previous Art 101 lessons? Exclamation point, YouTube. It is on my VODs channel in a playlist called Art 101. Also, if you do exclamation point Discord, you will find the link to the Discord. How do I join Discord? There is a password. It's to make sure everyone reads the rules. That is very important. I want to make sure everyone is comfortable and no one is doing anything that'll make anyone uncomfortable. You were doing... Oh, you're playing Arkham! Nice. Seen a couple bits of that game and it looks pretty fun. Like the art direction is really nice. Tech Priest, brain was smooth for art, honey had wrinkles. Good, good. Hope you had fun in Arkham City. But yeah, so we went over the four kind of basic emotions and how they branch out. And things to think about when doing expressions for your character. So what's really important is instead of thinking about what a character is doing, anonymous, come on. Excuse me. Thank you for the 5 gifted subs. Why did I say stubs? Thank you for the 5 gifted subs. Kind of you. But things to think about. I'm trying not to get too distracted. Things to think about when you are drawing your character expressions. Instead of thinking about what the character is doing, think about what they're thinking, what they're feeling. So instead of, I'm going to lift this box, it's like, this box is heavy. I'm going to have a hard time lifting it. So you would, you know, draw the character worried or strained lifting a box, you know? Hi, Ramen. Goblin art teacher signed me up. Oh wait, someone thinks someone gave me a sub. You're welcome. Wasn't me, but someone did. Interact with the goblin shiny. No, it's so easy to get distracted. Yes, for example, instead of just saying, oh, I'm drawing a character stressed, think about what's stressing them out. What's currently going on through their mind? Why are they stressed? First, thank you for the gifted sub. Didn't have to do that. It's totally fine. This is free. Lesson and stream, hang out, free. So never give outside your means. I appreciate it a lot, but it's very important that you make sure you provide for yourself. Ooh, Chaos Dragon, thank you for the 100. This goblin is cute. I'm going to have an easy time paying the cutie tax. Trying to teach here. But yes, so action is not as important as motive when it comes to facial expression. So things to think about. Right here, we went over how. Let's actually go over that last. Ran that train high on cocaine, Twitch chat, you better watch your speed. I don't know the tune of that song. Whew. But, right, so eyes. Eyes are incredibly important with expressions. They are the main focus. They are the priority and the windows to the soul because when you look at a character or you look at even a person, one of the first things you will focus on is eyes. Whether or not you can maintain eye contact, that's a different story. But to grasp someone's emotions we usually look at the eyes. So here's an example of these eyes are all the same shape. However, based on where their eyelids are and their eyebrows, you can feel what emotion they are expressing. And like sometimes they have bags to help with that. These are simple ways of making sure that your character can have a huge range. Just, these are good examples for it. Then I just drew the DreamWorks face. So for brows, the line and the arc are incredibly important. See these lines underneath? They were just to emphasize how different emotions have different shapes. Like sometimes the brows form a V, and they should be kind of connected if they were a monobrow. One other way to put it is like, think of it as a superhero mask, like for the Incredibles. That's another way of thinking of the eyebrows in terms of making sure that they have some cohesion. Because the muscles in your eyes or your brows, they are kind of connected. They're never really separated, so they will kind of naturally do these things where they just go along the line, if that makes sense. Go along it. Even if they're visibly cut in two separate brows, underneath it's basically one. Yo Gamer, thank you for the sub! I'm glad you've been having fun. Welcome to the tavern, and thanks for becoming a regular. My wrist just popped in 12 places. Is that normal? Depends. Are you an artist? Because sometimes that happens. My wrist occasionally clicks. Just don't do it too much. It shouldn't. Your wrist shouldn't sound like a cement grinder. Might get that checked out if you can. Sharpen Matter, thank you for the posture check. Why are you teaching us for free? I'm most grateful for finding out your lesson today. So, thanks to the Adventure Time song clip. Welcome in, White Knight. But yeah, just free art lessons for beginners. I think it's a good idea because I feel like a lot of this information is not easy to find in one place. So I thought I'd compile it, you know? That'd be good. And so irises can be bigger or smaller depending on the art style. If you're going for a very realistic art style, probably wouldn't play with these too much. You can, absolutely, your art, do whatever you like. But if you're going for more air quotes realistic, the size of the iris doesn't really change. It kind of stays consistent no matter where a character is looking. So I just did in red an example of like, if someone is scared, you can shrink their irises, and then it makes it more emphasized. Or if someone is surprised, sometimes you can make them wide. Or someone's, what's it called? Staring at something with awe, you can open up, make their irises much bigger, like pupils expanding, you know? Mistress Misery, no worries. I'm glad you like these lessons. Also, thank you for the level 3 hype train. Y'all did not have to. That is very, very kind of you. Thank you. Zudiart, thank you for the resub. Welcome back. Happy 4 months. Gonna make coffee, but I'll be back. No worries. We're gonna wrap up in like 15-ish, but like I'm gonna go over the lesson again and go over the lesson and give homework out. I also have hypermobility and my wrist will shift. Ooh, that sucks. Dingus Iris, I don't want the world to see me. Too bad. Too bad. Sometimes you gotta get seen. Yeah, that is for eyes. Yeah, this one. We went over heads for stretch and squash. So this can be applied to expressions if you want to like make someone look really surprised, like, or if you want someone to look like scrunched up and maybe mad or sad. Thank you, Eventric. Or Evacentric. I'm perceiving you as we speak. I know. Feel it. But yeah, so stretch and squash is the head. So imagine that a character's head is like a water balloon. At rest, it is a circle. But when you stretch it, like, you know, in yo-yo a water balloon, it stretches. So it gets longer, but it also gets thinner because it is maintaining the same volume despite being longer. Same thing if you throw it against the ground. It will squash. It will flatten out, but it will also get wider because it will still maintain the same volume. Billy, you didn't miss much. Just going over the end of the lesson right now. But yeah, that is stretch and squash. And one of the examples was Flynn Rider. So we did a little example of how this face squashes. pushes into itself. Versus this face, which stretches. So see how all the lines are getting closer to the middle of the head, the features are closer to each other, the mouth is closer to the nose, the eyes are closed, and the brows are brought down. Versus when it's stretched, the mouth is visibly further away from the nose, like this. Same thing with the jaw. The jaw stretches out, as well as the eyes are open and stretched up. The eyebrows are further away from the eyes to give the illusion of something stretching. So this is kind of stretch and squash at its base. Why would the chin be skinnier? So the chin would actually be skinnier because of the same principle. I got rid of that. There we go. Same principle. If a face is stretching vertically, it will also shrink horizontally to maintain the same volume. Because if it stayed the same or got bigger, the head would not be maintaining the same volume. It would look bigger for some reason, and it wouldn't look on model. Therefore, stretch and squash. Disney World expressions. Yeah, exactly. Disney expressions. They are wonderful to study. I do highly recommend you try looking at them and breaking down what makes the stretch and squash work. God of chins incorrect. Eugene Fitzgerald. Genuinely a hard face to draw, quite honestly. Stretching. This is your first lesson. If not, where can I find the rest? Exclamation point, YouTube. I have a VOD channel of Art 101s. You're more than welcome to check it out. This is like the 5th one. I haven't done too many of these. The Q&A. And now we are at the symbols. So up until this point, we had gone over Western style expressions, which is a lot of stretching the face and the proportions to emphasize an expression and push it towards the feeling that you want to show. However, more Eastern style expressions, they kind of do that, but they a lot of the times use symbols. For example, a lot of tears, blush, the anger symbol, shine, dread, evil, sweat, fear, stuff like that. And so by combining the two, you can get some very, very strong expressions, which are actually very applicable to making VTuber models. That's why a lot of the times, although I like to make models that can express on their own, having these, like extra toggles, for example, let's see, what's another one? Like blush? Or like crying. It can help to push a feeling, to push an expression, and make sure your audience is more aware of how you are feeling. Another one. I didn't do too many. I did anger. Like, very subtle. I kind of like subtle expressions, but some people like more. Eve. That's about all we covered today. There we go. Okay, so for homework, because of course there's homework. This is a class after all. You don't have to participate, by the way. This is totally up to you. But next week may be a bit of a different art lesson. So for homework, I want you to take your OC and put them into, what's a good amount of expressions? Let's put them into 5 expressions. Now, because of the manner of how I teach, I would recommend y'all try to push expressions as much as possible. Try not to rely too much on the Eastern style expressions, because those are not too difficult to learn. Learning how to do more Western style leads to a lot more brain work, which is much better to grasp early on rather than later. It's frustrating at first, but it does help along the line. Good night, Phoenix. Animating subtle expressions property is hard, but things that do it are great. Now, I'll leave the expressions up to you. So here's what will happen. If you would like to submit your art for feedback, I might do it on stream if there are enough, or I might just make it a small, like 15-minute segment. There is an art feedback channel in the Discord. So please read the rules. It is brand new. No not safe for work stuff, like explicit not safe for work stuff, no TOS breaking stuff, no guarantee that I will respond or give you feedback on it. Just keep that in mind. It will be open to feedback from everyone in that channel, so keep that in mind. Now, the reason I'm saying 5 expressions and not telling you which ones is if you submit this as homework, I will do my best to guess what expressions you're trying to show. And if I can guess them correctly, it means you probably did a very good job. Or that I'm good at reading expressions. Either one. Honestly, don't know. So you should be able to do 5 expressions without labeling them and have people guess what they are. That's generally how you can tell if an expression is good. Not always, but yeah. Only I'm happy that it's safe for work. Well, yeah, it kind of has to be because if I am going to stream it, I do have to keep it TOS friendly. As much as I do appreciate like life drawing, nude figure studying, and anatomy, I do want to make sure it doesn't make anyone uncomfortable. So just in case, keeping it safe. When is this due? I will give you a week. So there is also other homework that I've given in the past VODs. I will have to actually go back and check what they were because I've kind of forgotten. They are mostly exercises that to help. But you are more than welcome to watch those VODs, check out the ends of them, do your homework, and then submit them. You can even submit them late. Like, I might do multiple reviews, multiple weeks. It is up to you. Just keep in mind, there will be feedback. That's what I wish my art teacher said instead of no anime. So many of my classmates just got frustrated and wanted to quit. Yeah, that... Thankfully, none of my teachers were like that. A lot of my teachers... This is... I guess anime was starting to become, like, more mainstream and they were seeing it more often. They were like, yeah, it's fine. Just make sure you incorporate, like, Western animation in there as well, or Western style of, like, concept art, so that you can mesh together, and that way you're a better worker, pretty much. Oh, remember, no TV. Yeah, yeah. No, not safe for work. No bits, unfortunately. Sorry. Sandwich, thank you for the hydrate. You can post the expressions you drew on Twitter or somewhere else. Yeah, you can post a lot of your art on, like, Twitter. That's your art. You can do what you like with it. Like it's did my homework before stream. Studio art. I'm glad you're excited for homework. Let's see, homework is mandatory. If you do not complete it, we will find you and give you detention. I will hunt you down. Every single one of my art teachers always fought me over that. Yeah, that's... Yeah. It's very annoying because it is art. It's still art. I think, thankfully, from what I've seen of the art school I went to, people are starting to open up to anime. Mainly because, like, a lot of my classmates, we were all into anime. We were all influenced by it. That's kind of partially why we got into art. And, yeah. So the teachers probably recognize, like, oh, this is probably something that's going to stick around for a while. So let's not be mean to it. Let's actually study it. Golden Griffin, how did you know that was my actual homework? I went to art school, baby. I know what teachers actually assign. So instead of you paying multiple thousands of dollars learning this stuff, it's for free. Here. Ta-da! I feel like information should be a lot more accessible, especially when it comes to art. There's so many different ways of doing it. Yeah, going into a classroom is wonderful, and I would recommend it if you can afford it. You can learn almost the same amount online. It's just hard to curate that information. Golden Griffin, I assigned it. That's a good assignment for a teacher, honestly. Also, Dingus, thank you for the 190 shinies. No bits, Lim Outlaw. Dingus, I expect your homework on my desk tomorrow. No exceptions. No extensions. Some kind of communist. Free art for the people. Actually, not free art, but like free information for the people. Honestly, gatekeeping information behind a paywall is one of the more frustrating things in my opinion. It really just means that only people with money can learn, and that's not fair. You can't help where you came from. So why should that affect what you learn, you know? Hard to sort between the properly good tips and tricks versus some low-tier stuff. Yeah, well, that's kind of one of the things with art, too. Is sometimes you gotta sift through a bunch of, like, this tutorial is not actually useful because you're not teaching anything. Versus someone who does a full breakdown of what they do. There's a lot of those, and they're all mixed together. That is the main benefit of going to art school, is for the most part, sometimes you get bad art teachers. That does happen. But for the most part, it's all there. The teacher has a plan, the curriculum has a plan, and it has what it's going to teach you and what you're probably going to learn by the end of the time you spend there. I guess I'm gonna bring you tea and IOU when you desk in the morning. I'd actually appreciate that. Thank you. I like tea. It's dumb, but it also is sad because people who want to help others learn can't get paid much otherwise. Yeah. I'm very fortunate that y'all support me. And I can make models for income. Like, I am okay. I'm okay. I'm very fortunate. I'm in a fortunate enough position where I am able to offer the information I learned for free, especially for people who want to start getting into art. I may not be able to give as many tutorials about the more detailed stuff like rendering and like composition, well, a little bit of composition stuff. I was general art. But I can do my best for people who want to start and give you sort of like a place to jump off of, you know? I might not get you there to the end, but like I'll give you as best of a boost as I can. Hi Kirby, what's up? At college for animation, so far, most art classes have been fun besides abstract painting. That one's boring. Yeah, abstract painting is hard. It's beautiful, and I love it. I'm no good at it. I just like staring at it. Banjo, you ate too much chili? I mean, that's a good problem to have. Chili's delicious. Alright, so I believe that is all for the lesson. I am going to switch over to just chatting, and we can just vibe for a little bit, you know? No rush. Nowhere to be. We can just vibe for a bit. I forgot that I was way over here. My bad. Any good tips to speedrun paint learning? Except for draw non-stop, move in a VTube way. To move in a VTube way? I'm not sure. Like, my art style is the product of me drawing for many, many years. One of the most frustrating pieces of advice you will ever get, and it will be true, is that sometimes it takes practice and time. And that answer is the least favorite amongst beginning artists. But it's true. It's true. That art teachers suck. My art teacher from high school was an unhinged madman. He got busted for taking illicit substances a couple years ago. Oh my gosh. Wild. That's incredible. I remember learning how to make comic strips in a summer school. That's cool. Man, I never learned how to do that. No, I didn't learn about that. Don't think that was a course I could have got. That's okay though. I don't think I'd want to be a comic artist. It's so hard. Worst thing to find into is about how to keep motivation stuff. Yeah, keeping motivation is incredibly difficult. I don't blame you for having a hard time with that. No one really teaches you how to keep motivation. And that's kind of because it's different for every person. Everyone has a different way of inspiring themselves and staying motivated. And a lot of the times for me, it's rest and consuming different media. Like media that I haven't already seen. So it's tough. It's tough. I'm not gonna lie. But it's good. Thank you, Conquest. Because I fell asleep the moment you put homework, I don't have to do it. I can't do the homework. You never assigned it to me. I was asleep. Yeah. Yeah, okay. Sure. Sure. You have a week. It's the Dark Souls equivalent of Get Good. Yeah, it is, but also it's a bit true. There's a certain amount of it, of learning from the right sources, but a big chunk of it is just practicing for years. But practice properly. So you don't need to make one perfect polished piece. Make a bunch of bad ones. Make a bunch of fast ones. Fail faster. And then you'll get better faster. I had to challenge myself with homework. 4 characters, 5 emotions each, 2 male, 2 female. Why? Because I like to challenge myself. If you're feeling it, go for it. But, very important, gaming illustrator, don't beat yourself up if you can't do it. Art usually takes 3 times longer than you think it does. Okay? Just keep that in mind. Did Villainess model get more expressive since you debuted it? The ears and eyes are so charismatic. Thank you. Yes. This is the second V-Bridger model I've made. The first one was a test to make sure I could learn how to do it properly. This one is really like, okay, I think I know what I'm doing now. I think I know how to do this now. So I've gotten a lot better. Good night, Dr. Scotch. Get some sleep. Good night. Take it easy. I'm a comic artist. It's fun. It just takes a lot of time to do every page, especially with a lot of effects. Yeah, she's not Gunner. I can imagine. Just gonna catch up, make sure there's any. Someone suggests good cheap USB paint tablet for painting for beginners. Krita versus Photoshop. Krita is free. Go with it. Clip Studio is also a one-time purchase. Photoshop is only monthly payments, so you can't use it after your subscription ends for the month. So just get the one-time purchase for Clip Studio, or just use Krita. Krita's good. Or Procreate. It's like $10, and no, Procreate's like, how much is Procreate? I don't know. Every drawing program is expensive now, but like Procreate's not bad. I got enough for an iPad, so. How much is it? I think it's like $10. It's not that expensive. My art mentor once told me to go to school for business and minor in art. You can learn art anywhere from a lot of different people. Wish I had followed that advice. It's different. That sometimes you gotta go head first in deep to art. But there's nothing wrong with also treating it as something you do on the side or something you do to take a break from work. There's definitely nothing wrong with that. Also, lucky in its 2020s. And it's the 2020s. Thank you for the gifted sub. Side B, thank you for the ear wiggles. Also, welcome Crossing DM. How are you doing? I'm glad you liked the model. Thank you. Best experience with art school was my 11th grade art teacher. Would leave us to our devices and go smoke weed in the supply room. That is actually a good art teacher. Not gonna lie. One that just lets you mess around with art, like the actual paint supplies. Good stuff. I'm just trying to keep up with chat. A lot of people are saying really good things. NTR Max. Yeah, I tried to do Inktober and I tried, but I ran out of ideas quick. That's fair. Yeah, Inktober's rough and it's fun. It's a good challenge. But I find that whenever I do it, I keep upping the ante and making more and more complex pieces. And so it never really finishes with me not getting burnt out. It was fun for a while, and I do really enjoy looking back on the old Inktober as I did. I don't think I'd do it again, personally. But yes, Grog, Lazy Nizumi Pro is a good stabilization tool. But if you get Clip Studio, there's already a stabilization tool built in. There, I am kind of short. I'm like 3'5". That is short for a person, yes. Also, thank you, Chris. Also, K-Bat, thank you. I'm glad you liked the model. A lot of people are liking the model. Dang, thank you. Made it myself. Experience can't be bought or traded, just secured over time. That's the hardest part to portray until you hear it. Yeah, it's really frustrating. Not gonna lie. It can be very discouraging too, so don't feel bad. I always make that mistake. I get this done in an hour, 3.5 hours later. Yep. I started timing myself for my pieces to see how long they actually take me so I can be a better judge for it. And they take much longer than I thought. And so it's surprising. Clarity, I can draw an S that everyone drew in school. Does that count? Yes, it does. Yes, it does. That is art. Dingus, my best art teacher was the little green goofball in my pooter. I didn't do any of her homework, but she was nice and friendly. She didn't send me to detention, even if I didn't do my homework. Why would I do that? What would you do in detention? My best art teacher was my 12th grade digital media teacher. If I hadn't been for her in that class in general, I'd never the conferences draw at all. sometimes it just takes one person. And you never really know who it's gonna be. Find those drawing challenges to be very dangerous for my burnout. Yeah, shorty. Yep. It tests your stamina. And it's not bad if you can't make it. Don't feel bad about those. Logan, this is a really nice stream to be a part of. Most of my day-to-day was okay for the most part, despite dealing with pneumonia on my right lung. Oh my gosh. I hope you're okay. Fortunately, I'll be going to the doctor tomorrow. Good. Good. Hope everything goes well for me. Thank you for this very enjoyable stream. And again, sorry for the confusion with one of my questions earlier. Absolutely no worries. Sometimes I misread things and don't understand them. Don't feel bad if you gotta ask it again, because sometimes I need you to ask it again. I hope you have a good time at the doctor and they can help you out. Make sure you get some rest. Thanks, Trickling. Crossing DM. I love the expressiveness. It's almost as if you could be making your own cartoons with it. It's amazing. Thank you. Manny, have you tried the timer that only runs when your art program is front and center? Oh! Manny, can you send me a link to that, actually? I know you uninstalled it, but actually, I really want that. I want to know how much time I actually spend on it. That would be great. Opinions on AI art. Currently unethical. Could be used as a good tool in the future, but it is based off stolen art currently, so not good. It would be cool if it was based off of a library of people who willingly gave their art. As it is in its current state, no good. But maybe in the future. I hope at least. It's gonna stretch my neck. Oh. You look way more professional than the first time I saw you in the bartender outfit way back. I think it fits well. Thank you. It's a good outfit for teaching. It's like the Alucard look. Really into the frills. It's fun. So Arrowguard, thank you for the prime. Welcome to the tavern. I hope you had a good lesson and you're having fun here. Technoballer. Wait. Technoball much. I feel like a thing that is said in game development sphere. Whatever time you think a project will take, multiply that by 3 or 4, and that's the actual time. Yes, it took me a while to learn that. You get a drawing tablet, what's some free art programs you can recommend? Frida. That's probably the only free one I really know that people have really recommended. Astroma, thank you for the posture check. I hope you're doing well and I hope you're having fun doing art. Thank you, Manny. You teachers sing for the class? Indeed. I'm just making sure I'm answering people's questions because a lot of the times people ask very, very good questions and I want to make sure that no one's really left hanging as best as I can. Mandalorian Season 3 trailer? I know what I'm doing after class. I feel like I'm on a special episode of Owl House. You might be. You are in a bit of a different world right now. Probably look great with a nice big hat like Alucard. Ooh. You like hats. You like witch hats too. Matrix, no worries. That's absolutely okay if you came late to the lesson. Don't worry, it's all good. I love that I found out about VTubers last year. They've been the biggest source of inspiration for me to draw stuff. In the last half year, I've probably drawn more than I have in any prior 5 years. Dang, that's good. Yeah, VTubers very much inspired me too. I was very inspired by Ina. Because I only ever really knew streamers as very hyper and high energy people. And it was really cool because like that energy is infectious. It's very, very fun to watch. But I very much thought that I couldn't stream because I was so nervous and socially anxious. But learning that VTubing was an option, I looked at the program and I was curious about the technology in the first place. And I was like, maybe I'll just mess around a bit, you know? Find out what all the hype is about. And here I am. Look at where we are today. 90k followers today. That's a lot of peeps. That's a lot of peeps. I had my first VTuber stream today. Duty, how'd it go? I wouldn't have done it without you. How was it? How was it? I hope we have fun. Also, Attila, thank you for the 100 shiny. Subtext for the sweetest VTuber. Thank you. I think there are plenty of other sweet VTubers there. I can't be the sweetest. How's your chest doing? Much better. It's still a little sore when I breathe in completely, so I'm still going to physio for that, but everything seems to be almost back in place. I can do exercise now, so it's great. Big hat when? When I do. I want to actually put one on my next bottle. I'm super excited. Chill streamer cool too. Yeah, Ina was probably the first person who I saw be a chill streamer and went, actually, I think that could be fun. I think it could be something I could try and enjoy. And yeah, I have a lot of fun. I like doing art, and I like being able to talk about it so much. It's really, really fun for me. Art really brings me joy, and I'm really lucky that I can share it, you know? There's so many followers, maybe you can send support to your friends from Twitter and the Goofy. Yes. I forgot to mention, I am part of a Twitch group now called GoofV. It's just me and the goofballs. They are quite wonderful. I love them so much. I'm very fortunate to know them. Thank you very much, guy. Yeah, if you all would like to check them out, you can either click on the partner group below, or you can check them out because Guy just shouted them out. Jummy, there's Gary, there's Sun, Gabi, Moon, Petra, Cleo. Yeah, Zuchi, hey! Yeah, the Twitch group thing, very new. I think it's only like 3 days old. Like, we just created it. Jumpster actually just created it. Oh, it's nice. It's just a... If y'all like my content, I think y'all will like theirs. They're very, very kind, very fun people. Each one of them is very, very different in terms of their content, and most of them are artists. And if they're not artists, they're comedians, I swear. They're super funny. I love them so much. Green tubers, they're not all goblins. I think about 3 of us are. Unless you count Mr. Manager, and then there's 4. And Sunny has gotten 90k followers. I will now reveal the secret that is Honey used to be a side character called Bony Goblin, which is a skeleton version of Honey that would say jokes on Honey's flusterness, which it's called Cute. I was actually, I did used to work for a lich before I was like, actually, this job sucks. And I stole some of his treasure and ran away. Yeah, my job was resetting traps. Didn't pay very well. I didn't have medical, so sucks. Mr. Manager's streams are amazing. I can't believe he literally wrestled a gator on his channel yesterday. Too bad he deleted the VOD. Yeah, I know. He does amazing things and goes, it's only good if you've been there, and then he deletes the VODs. Whatever, it just means I have to be hyper aware of whenever he's on. VTubers, specifically the cutest goblin artist ever, are the reason why I found communities of people who are as abnormal as I am. So thanks for that, honey. No worries. You found those communities all on your own. That was yours. You made friends there. I guess we just all gathered because we're weird. Just want to say thank you for being such a constant inspiration and source of comfort. You and your community have really helped me while I've been getting back on my feet and back into creative endeavors like art and conligging. I have no idea what that is. You and some other folks have even inspired me to try VTubing when I can afford a PC that won't explode upon boosting. Yes. Ooh, yeah. OBS is kind of heavy. But thank you, Plugbearer. I'm so glad. The thing is, this job sucks the life out of me. Yep. It did. And Cosmic, thank you for the 250 shinies. Cadiversity is an excellent contraposition on video defending AI. Oh, yeah. I don't think he quite understands it. I don't know if he quite understands it the way he thinks he does. I don't want to get into it. People can have their own opinions on art or AI art. However, until AI art completely stops stealing art that is pre-existing, it should not be allowed to be used. Sorry, that's my opinion. Like, if it were a database that was art where artists get compensated and freely give their art to train the AI, that is different. The fact that it just grabs any images from any search engine, yeah, no, not okay. But yeah, Todd, thank you for the resub. Happy 19 months. You're almost at 20 months. Oh my gosh. Thank you very much. On like construction, like oh, that's cool. Like linguistics. I took a linguistics course, but I was not smart enough to follow along. Yeah, leave my heart alone. Why? Why would I do that? Glad to discover your channel through someone using your emotes. Ayo, nice. I'm glad. I hope you like my emotes. I've made most of them, and some of them were gifts from other artists, and they're very, very kind. Sorry, just stretching my arm real quick. Well, thanks a lot for streaming. No worries. Thanks for dropping by. All right. Are there any last minute questions, or should we do a song before we head out for the evening? What did the whoa, chat suddenly went fast. Do not take the linguistics mind poison. I had no choice, as I had to understand how Icelandic worked to relearn it. Tolkien has cursed me. Linguistics is so complicated. I don't understand it. It's amazing, and I want to understand it more, but I just don't think I have the brain power for it, quite honestly. Don't mean to kill the mood, but what do you think about what Hasbro's trying to do to D&D? Honestly, I don't know enough. A lot of my friends have a lot of opinions. I am just sort of watching it as it goes, because my DM has all the manuals, and so... Not all the manuals, like, he's got a bunch of them, so... What are they gonna do? Take back his books? Books. He's already got them. You haven't heard of Kim Jong? Please look him up. Is that the person who paints like in landscapes in pen? Yeah, I've heard of him. Saw you a couple times at the Weary 101, then last week you popped up in my recommendations. Ah! Welcome in. Yeah, I've been on Taka's Bar a couple times. Probably gonna visit one or more times in the year. We'll see. Taka's really busy. He's got a lot going on behind the scenes. A lot of really cool stuff that he's working on, and I'm excited for him. Just wanted to ask if we're allowed to post song recordings in the art channels. I think there's Bard postings and Artisan's Table. I wonder which one that would be. Probably Artisan's Table, if you're making... Well... Postings? Like, that's a tricky one, actually. I think either one, whichever you're more comfortable with. Stream over? Well, I'm gonna sing a little bit, and then we'll probably head out, because for me, it's getting close to bedtime. I got work to do tomorrow. Maybe I've had song. Yeah, maybe it's an Artisan's Table. Right. Forgive me for reposting. Is it okay to ask you? You're using vBridger, right? Are you using iPhone? If so, how do you tackle the overheating issues? So I actually have a phone cooler on the back of my iPhone 12 Pro. I do use vBridger. I use vBridger, VTS, iPhone 12 Pro with iFacial mocap. I have it constantly plugged into my lightning cable. So, and it's not plugged into my computer. It's plugged into the wall so that it has a constant charge. The cooler on the back is also plugged in, so it's just a fan that attaches to my phone. I take it out of the case every time, and that's how I keep it cool. And I got a heart sink strapped to her phone. Yes, I have a heat. Well, yeah, I guess it's a heat sink. It's like actual fans going on behind it. Yeah, Moon suggested it to me because yeah, my iPhone kept overheating. I think I've learned a bit during my time here. Good, Ghostly. I'm glad. I think Artisan's Table because it's something you made. Yeah, I think so. Manny, I tackle my overheating issue by living in the Arctic. I did not think this through very well. Your tech will not overheat, though. It also may freeze over and not start. That happens. Gaming Illustrator. Why am I still up? I work tomorrow. Go to bed. I'll sing you a song, and then you can get some sleep. How's that sound? Huh? Sound like a good deal? Love some details about it sometime. Is there a way to have some more information on what you use? If you do, you can actually look below in the About section, and it says what I use for my stream. And for my technology. Britinator, thank you for the hydrate. I think Moon has the actual item that I was looking for, the cooler. It's different. It's I don't even remember what it's called. I would have to ask Moon again. No worries, Smooshify. That's a very good question. No worries. What's up, Blammo? What's up? I'm just about to start singing a song. I live under a heated blanket. Oh, that sounds cozy. Ooh, that sounds nice. Alrighty, let me pull up the song lyrics real quick. Thankfully, I have a night owl schedule now. Well, I'm glad you're not losing sleep at least. Gotta get one of those liquid-cooled phone cases. This one works fine. If I have to keep changing the cases or like, because it has to fit my grip, I don't want to have to keep switching it out. Nothing, I got food poisoning. Blammo, no! Ooh. Eat some bread, rice, and applesauce. Simple foods. I actually dearly wanted to commission you for the rigging of my model. I was so sad knowing you're already all backed up. Yeah, sorry about that. Ugh, the model's getting complex and they're taking a long time. I'm so excited. I've almost done the most complicated part of this current model and should be showcasing fairly soon. The motherly honey goblin singing me to sleep. How could I say no? Exactly. Exactly. Motherly. Alright, let me pull up the song lyrics real quick. Monster? You know what? Why not? Good call, guy. Monster's a good song to go to bed to. Till I'm rusty with drawing? That's okay. It happens. Alrighty. Yep, I turned off all the background music. Excellent. Good job, honey. Alright. Song time, and then we can get some sleep. How's that sound? We had a lesson, we got homework, and now we get a song before we get going. Graham, wish I could stay for the song, but I'm passing out. Good night. Get some sleep. Okay, yeah. I know we'll never grow old together, 'cause you'll never grow old to me. You're the pink in my cheeks and I'm scared, 'cause that means I'm a little bit soft. Don't beat yourself up on me. Wasn't just the sun that I was hiding from. We were messed up kids who taught ourselves how to live. I'm still scared that I'm not good enough. I've always felt like a monster. Long before I was bit, but only seen as a monster. Just say I'm used to it. And I grew tough, 'cause love it only hurt me back. But loving you's a good problem to have, and I'm used to that. I could get used to this. Yeah, I'm used to that. I could get used to this. And I know we'll never grow old together, 'cause you'll never grow old to me. You're the pink in my cheeks and I love that it means I'm a little bit soft. You're the pink in my cheeks and I love that it means I'm a little bit soft. Woo! Shortish Goblin, thank you for the resub. Happy 11 months. It's a good day. Welcome in, good timing. Thank you, guy. I hope y'all had fun today. I had a lot of fun. I missed art lessons. I missed art lessons so much. Thank you, Dingus. It's a very sweet song. I like it a lot. You ever heard Brother by Saul? Tell you what, I'm just gonna put it there. Thank you, Jedi. Night, Calif. Very sad song and a very lovely voice. It's a sad song, but it's very sweet at the same time. Quite nice. You always forget the second verse. There's a I just looked up the lyrics on Genius. It doesn't show a second verse. Dang. Thank you, Blasp. Night floaty thing. And VTuber talk. Have a good evening. You rest up too. Yeah, it's a bittersweet song, definitely. Alright, let's see. Who is awake at this hour? Who can I bother? I also gotta think about the raid message. Ooh. Hey, Wolvencree. Like, everything stays. They keep one verse in the show, but there's two. Oh, okay. Gotcha. Let's see. Trying to find. Ooh, right. One sec. Thank you, Bloodasp. I think I'm fairly expressive. Yeah. Ooh, actually, speaking of models, someone who is making a model right now, doing some chill art. If y'all want to see how models are made, I think this is a good person to visit. Let's see. Okay, I got it. We're gonna go visit Demon Queen Vivi. She's rigging a dinosaur model right now, and it is a very complex one. Like, I've seen parts of it. It's a lot, and it's very fun. Yeah, she's making Red's dino. Let's see. What is a good raid message? Is Goblin doing numbers? I don't want to be weird and be like, I reached this many followers rate. No. I don't want to do that. I'd rather keep it very casual because it's not about me. It's about Vivi. I don't want to make it weird. Hey, Steambug Jones, you came in time for the end of the stream. Sorry about that. We're visiting someone who is another VTuber and is very, very good at art and rigging. Vivi's very fast at rigging, honestly. Perceiving your soul. Dinosaur is pretty good. Let's see. How about homework raid? Something simple. There we go. Homework raid. Ah, nice and simple. Vivi can read it and then keep going with her stream. I hope y'all had a lovely time. Thank you so much for coming in. I hope you learned a lot and you have fun doing the homework. If you don't do it, that is absolutely fine. There is no need to do it. You do it at your own pace. Do what you like at your own pace, honestly. Art's weird. It can be very, very difficult and harsh on your brain. But it can be very rewarding if you're feeling like it. Night King Livian and RDHK, thank you for being here. Alright. Thank you once again for 90k followers. Ooh, that's a lot. Anyways, I'm gonna go and scream about it after stream. Off camera. Yes. It'll be fun. Thank you, Kevma. I hope y'all have had a lovely time. Please remember to take it easy. I will be putting up my schedule tomorrow, but I'll be streaming on Friday at 6 p.m. EST, my usual times, or 9 p.m. EST, whichever is yours. Take it easy, okay? I'll see y'all soon. Good night!